This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Hey folks, and for one final time, welcome to the Fishing Trip Files, a Gavin and Stacey podcast that was brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This was a podcast where every other week we liked to take a look back at the wonderful, hilarious and silly little British sitcom that was Gavin and Stacey. My name has been Pierce, and I was a lifelong fan of the show, but for my co-hosts, it has been their first time watching. Speaking of co-hosts, hailing all the way from the USA, I was joined by the one-of-a-kind Ari. Ari, how often do you think about death?
Oh my god!
I can't answer. I'm not here anymore. I think about death pretty regularly. Like, definitely multiple times a day.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if it's more than once per hour. I think probably, I would say once every 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah. I think about that's the thing. I don't know whether it's once, because I think about it a lot at night. Like, so it's like it's all condensed. I probably spend.
Yeah, but I think you can go
just...
average. I think you can go average.
Yeah. Okay. If you're going on average, I would say more than once per hour.
Okay. My question for you is, if so you could remove one of your fingers for $500,000.
Yep.
Or you could remove someone else's finger for $1 million. What is your next course of action?
I'm cutting off bitches' fingers left, right, and center, man.
Right.
Can I choose the person?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyone I don't like, that person who wrote that Wizard movie, she's getting all of her fingers cut off. Donald Trump, he's getting all of his fingers cut off.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that not a what are you doing?
I don't know.
Are you going to be all holier than now and be like, no, I'm not cutting off anyone's fingers. Everyone deserves their fingers.
Yeah. Well, in some ways, I think it would have to be consensual. I wouldn't want to be non-consensually removing people's fingers.
Not me, man.
So I might be to you. I feel like this would be a good deal to get you involved in. I'd be like, hey, Pierce, I met this wizard. He says that if I remove someone's fingers, I get $1 million.
Like it's a pet hamster. I've got this wizard.
He says he put a spell on me where if I remove someone's fingers, I get $1 million. Would you be willing to give me one of your fingers and I give you 80% or something?
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah. So I might go around and do some of that, but I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to just be for one thing, I'm a pretty small person. I wouldn't I don't think I could overpower someone and take one of their fingers. I guess I could do it in their sleep.
Oh, what you have to go up to them and actually cut it off yourself?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I was under the assumption that you just say a finger and it get right.
No, you have to remove the finger.
Yeah, I feel like I'd do a similar thing to you then. I'd go around to people I know and do that for 800 grand
barter.
You want to lose a finger.
Yeah.
But speaking of pet hamsters, of course, dialing in from the exotic land of Canada, we were also joined by the brilliant Maylena. May, if you had to keep a pet hamster a secret from everyone you lived with, what would be your game plan?
Everyone I lived with, including Quentin.
Well, who else do you live with other than Quentin?
But why am I doing this? Just for shits and giggles?
The wizard told you to.
Yeah, the wizard told you to.
All right. Let's see, because I live in a 3.5, so this is gonna prove to be a bit difficult.
What's a 3.5?
Oh, a 3.5 is there's 3 rooms in it. Is that not an expression outside of Canada? It's there's 3.5 rooms in your house. So usually a 3.5.
How's there half a room in your house?
Bathroom is half. I think it's confusing as well because kitchen and 2 bedroom. What are the 3 rooms? But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. So how about the hamster, mate?
Oh gosh. If I had to, I guess I would maybe hide it. We don't really use our closet much, so maybe I'd put it in the closet, but then I'd feel bad that he's not getting a lot of sunlight because he's in a closet. So I think whenever Quentin would go to work, I'd take out the hamster so that he can run around as much as possible. And then just put him back in the closet whenever I can, and then feel really bad. I like the difference between Ari's question and mine. I thought, and speaking of the questions, I thought all of these were going to be New Year's themed, so I prepared mine. So here's my question: what would you say was the best year so far that you've lived through?
Oh, okay. I thought you were like best year ever. Best year that I have lived through.
Yeah.
What, for me personally, or like for the world?
Just like, well, it can be both. Like, which year would you think is S tier if you put your experiences and also the world's experiences together?
Oh, I don't know. Oh God, I don't know. I tell you what, I think 2018 was pretty fun. I had a really good 2018. I think.
Really, that year sucked for me.
Oh, really? Oh shit! I won't ask why, but yeah, I had a good 2018.
Sick.
But before we start, I'm going to crack a Pepsi if you don't mind, because I feel like this is going to be a long one.
Oh, Pepsi twins.
We are here to talk about the Gavin and Stacey finale. Series I don't know what, episode I don't know what. Title is just the finale.
Sick.
Aired on the 25th of December, 2024. Do we have any overall thoughts on the episode? What did you guys think of the finale?
I thought it was good. Yeah, I think this is one where I'd rather just kind of jump into it and kind of,
Okay, May, what did you reckon?
I liked it. I thought it was like one of the funnier episodes. I will say, I think, because I think I brought this up first episode. One thing that I went into the show knowing is that people loved this finale and just thought it was like the coolest fucking finale ever. And I think that might have like maybe heightened my expectations a little bit, which is unfortunate.
Okay, yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was good. I had some issue. Like I said, I prefer an ambiguous ending, and it was a lot less ambiguous than other finales. And also, my main criticism of it is that I just thought it looked too high budget and like modern and stuff, whereas the rest of Gavin and Stacey looks a lot lower budget. But I can see how somebody would be like, "Fuck yeah, this is the first Gavin and Stacey we've had in 5 years. This is amazing." Again, I think I'm maybe like my experience is changed by the fact that I'm watching these like week after week as opposed to like waiting 5 years for another episode. But I really liked it. I thought it was very funny.
The first point you made about the ambiguous ending, I have a note that directly I thought you were going to say that you didn't like how unambiguous the ending was. So I've got a note later which like directly responds to that point that I thought you were going to make. So we'll get to that a bit later.
Can I have 2 weeks to think about how to respond to that? Because it feels like you're coming at me. You're starting this war, and you've prepared more than I have. I didn't even know a war was going to take place.
That's also. I've got thoughts on this episode, but I feel like so many of my thoughts have to do with the conclusion of the episode that I think I'd rather just kind of jump into it and then circle back to.
And to your point of like it looking very modern. Did you not think it also looked very modern and high budget in 2019? Like, I think these look basically the same. These two specials.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know why I just noticed it as much as I did in this watch than in the 29. I think it's probably more of the whole everybody was hyping up this fucking finale.
Right. Sure.
That like I was expecting the best thing since sliced bread.
The like visually, it looked pretty similar to the last special. I thought. It felt a little bit more produced in some ways. Like, I feel like I noticed more stuff with the editing and, like, the camera work. Like, even, like, the opening shots, like, coming down from the clouds or whatever. Like, there were some, like, it felt a little bit more produced in some ways than the last one. But, yeah.
So, this is probably my favorite episode of television ever. Like,
hell yeah.
Nice.
A lot of that is just nostalgia bias and whatever you want to call it. But I honestly don't care. I simply just adore it. Because I think not only is it an incredible wrap up to the story of Gavin and Stacey, but it's also a fantastic episode of Gavin and Stacey. Like it has, I think when I watched it, I found it had all the like the warmth and the familiarity that Gavin and Stacey is known for, but also the comedy of it was top notch. It delivers on that, and it delivers to me on what is one of the most satisfying story conclusions I've ever seen. It feels like this is what they tried to make in 2019. Like, you remember I mentioned that I found that they weren't quite able to get back into the flow with the 2019 special?
Yeah.
Well, it just feels like this is where they really found their footing, and they just did everything so much better. And one thing I also will say is that this isn't it wasn't branded as Gavin and Stacey the movie. And you know, like I feel like they could have easily released this in cinemas, called it Gavin and Stacey the movie, and maybe made a bit more money from it. I don't know how that works, but it feels possible to me that if they'd done that and called it the movie, they would have made more money. But they didn't, and I think that was the right choice. Like, I think it being called a movie would have taken something away from it.
Yeah.
Like, even if that something is purely psychological, it could have been the exact same 90 minutes of media. But if it was called a movie, it changes what you expect from it a little bit. There's something about television that provides a certain like casualness or informality that you don't get with movies, and that I think is what the real draw of Gavin and Stacey is. As soon as it becomes a movie, it becomes less relatable to like the everyman, and I really loved it.
Yeah, that's something I've thought about a lot with the difference between kind of movies and TV, because I really like TV. I really like TV.
Yeah.
And I like how you put it with like kind of the casual like everyman feel of TV. I think another part that really draws me into TV as opposed to movies is there's like, it's kind of, especially in the past and like when Gavin and Stacey started, it's a very communal thing where like you have to come, like you have to watch it when it's on with everyone else, with the other million people in the UK watching it at the same time as you, because, you know, historically there hasn't been streaming where you could just catch it the next day. And I really like that communal feel, and I think that's kind of a big part. That kind of seems to be a big part of the vibe of Gavin and Stacey in general. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I think it would lose something if it was a movie instead of TV. And I feel like Gavin and Stacey, it really is like being a TV show is like very integral to like what you said, like just kind of the home family centered aspect.
Yeah.
Like,
The relatability of the characters would be lost if you were watching it on the silver screen. But
hold on, I have one thing. Just I'd like some clarification on. So I watched this on BritBox. And there was something kind of odd with my stream was that I had the episode, and this might be nothing, but I had the episode playing, but the entire time except for the end when the Stephen Fretwell came in, the songs were just like very generic like backing music. There were no actual songs, but I could see captions with song lyrics.
Yeah, that's some weird BritBox thing. Yeah.
Did you guys have like, because I could see captions with like wet leg lyrics. Was there like a wet leg?
Yeah. There was a wet leg song. That's fucking
Okay.
See, this is why oh god, you've got me off now, right? This is why people pirate. This is why pirating is better. Like,
all right.
Like, you know, I'm gonna make my point. We've got a podcast. It's the final episode. I'm gonna make my point about piracy because it's like, all right. The reason I pirate shit is because it's a better experience than like paying for it, right?
Okay.
Like, if pirating stuff cost the same as the paid services that are available, the paid legal services, I would still pirate because it's a better experience. You get higher quality and it's more reliable, and you don't get shit like fucking you've lost wet leg out of the episode. Like the wet leg needle drop is one of my favorite bits, and Ari just didn't get to experience that.
I still saw the lyrics. I knew where it came in. I got the idea.
You don't get. It's reading the lyrics is not the same as getting the needle drop. Don't come at me with that bullshit.
Okay.
But yeah, we open up on a beautiful grey overcast sky in Barry and pan down to see Stacey walking up Trinity Street on the phone to the G-man himself.
So my first note, right, is that so throughout the beginning of this episode, they try to like tease the fact that Smitty's getting married to somebody. Clearly, they want you to think that somebody is Nessa. A lot of my first notes are like, Pierce is such a dickhead. Pierce is was just bragging about being right last episode, because I fell for this and I thought, oh, okay, so the only reason Pierce wanted to join in on the predictions was because he wanted to this episode brag about being right. And so many of my notes are just like this fucking cunt. He's sorry all of himself.
Yeah,
and then,
I was dead fucking wrong.
And then like when I found out, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Pierce.
Yeah, no, man. I was dead fucking wrong. The whole like no one. I've got more about this later, but no one in the country, even like Sonia, wasn't in any trailers. She was. No one knew Sonia was. No one knew Sonia was coming back. Like It was incredible. But I'll talk more about that in a bit.
Okay, I have a question for you that I meant to ask during your initial thoughts. Obviously this came out more recently. I know you rewatched the show a lot. How many times have you seen this episode as like compared to the other episodes?
I think I've probably seen this episode maybe it's less than 10. But maybe more than 5, so maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Maze did the hand motion.
Did the funny number hands there.
I didn't do it.
We're so cool and modern.
Don't lump me in there. I didn't do it.
Yeah, Pierce is an old man. He's not cool like us.
Pierce doesn't know about 6'7". He's not heard of it yet.
So but yeah, like this is some classic like Gavin and Stacey they're drip feeding plot elements to us.
I was gonna bring this up later, but I also totally fell for this.
Oh, okay. Sick.
There was a part of me last episode that was like, when I was trying to figure out what was gonna happen, I thought, what if what happens is he does get married to Sonia? And then I was like, yeah, but if I say that and then I'm wrong, I look like such a dumb cunt. So I was like, I'll go realistic. They would never do this. I guess they get married.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I said, they're just drip feeding us information as they always do. But this time it's taken to the absolute extreme. Like, as you say, for the first 5 or 10 minutes, we're completely in the dark. Like, we're left to make assumptions, but then we find out those assumptions are wrong.
We're left to make asses out of you and me, man.
Exactly. But they finish up their call, and we see the final title card. And the next scene is Pam and Mix. Mix doing some golf in the living room. Good on him.
Yeah, he's playing boomer house golf. Just to ram home that he's older in this episode.
So I do like, so Glenda's got the kids. I do like that they immediately get the kids out of the picture because, like we were talking about last episode, they're just not interesting. So immediately, Stacey's first line of the episode is like, yeah, no, the kids are gone.
We couldn't figure out what to do with the kids.
We couldn't figure out what to do with this episode.
They should have looked directly at the camera and said that.
And then we get some classic Pam. We get some pammicking. And yeah, everyone's coming to Pam and Mix for the night before the stag.
Yes.
And did you guys watch the behind the scenes documentary?
Oh, not yet.
I'm sorry, I didn't have time.
Oh, you had 3 weeks, man.
It was the holidays, brother. I've been busy. Okay. I'm sorry.
Well, tell us, what did we miss?
It's just when I remember they were talking about, like, in the documentary, they talk about when they were writing this scene, they made sure to, when Mick is saying, for the people who are coming over, he's saying, like, Bryn and Gwen, Gavin and Stacey, and Smithy and Nessa coming over. Like they made sure to put Smithy and Nessa together, so you assume that those are the ones that are getting married.
I have a note. I have a note on this. I didn't even see the documentary, and I have a note on this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I was like, after it's revealed that Sonia is the bride, I wrote, "Oof, they got me good," and then. I guess she's not one of the people coming up because she's not on the list of names.
Right, yeah. So she was, but she had the sore throat, didn't she?
Yeah,
sore throat.
Tragic.
You could make an assumption that, like, they do imply that this isn't the first time she's used this sore throat excuse.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
So I feel like they're not even mentioning her because they know she's gonna bring up this sore throat.
Yeah.
But then we get a fucking absolute belter of a That's French from Pam to finish off the show. Like, we get buffet, charcuterie, fromagerie, boulangerie, patisserie, viennoiserie.
This scene was for
fucking
us.
Magnificent
They knew we'd
shit.
be making this podcast.
Oh, it was glorious, wasn't it?
May any lore here? Any highlights? Any highlights from the scene?
Listen, it's all French stuff. That's like, what do you want me to say?
Great.
Fromagerie, fromage is French for cheese.
What is jury? What is jury French for, though?
Cherie?
Fromagerie.
Oh, cherie. It's just an ending you would put to, like, if something's a something place, you know? So fromagerie just means, like, cheese place.
Oh, okay.
What's boulangerie?
Cool. I could be wrong about this. I think that a boulangerie is like a place for meats. So I'm guessing that boulin would be like would like be an old word for
So
meat that I don't know about.
What's the difference between boulangerie and charcuterie then?
Charcuterie is like for 1 second.
Ari, I don't think May's actually French. I think she's been bluffing this whole time.
Fuck you. Oh, that'd be if I had been bluffing, that'd be more impressive.
That would be such a Pam thing if, like, the first time you joined the Discord, you just, like, said you were French to seem interesting, and then, like, you couldn't back out.
So I'm tired, and I'm sorry about this. A boulangerie isn't meats, it's breads. And a charcuterie is meats.
Right, there we go. See?
Yeah. And the reason I don't know this is I'm not fancy. I just go to the supermarket. I just go to the supermarché. I'm not going to the charcuterie. Yeah. I'm not going to the boulangerie. And I'm sure as fuck not going to the fromagerie.
All right. So Mick's playing golf. And Pam just starts, like, pantomiming, like, talking to people and, eating food and stuff. And,
testing the flow, like, I think she calls it.
Yeah, Mick's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm testing the flow. Duh. I just thought it was really funny.
It's very Pam, isn't it?
What I think was very cute about this scene is that, like, he gets her to, like, play golf and she doesn't get it in, but he still cheers as though she has.
It's like, I love this moment, like the way he's holding her arms as she swings the club. It's so cute. They're still I think these two are still my favorite couple of the show.
Yeah.
Love a stressed out bitch and her calm boyfriend.
Yeah.
of the couples, I'd agree. They're definitely the best couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we head back to Barry. The dog is still
There's
there.
A dog.
You see the dog?
Yeah.
The immortal dog. And he will be here forever. He will outlive me, and he will outlive everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we get the pull-it taught scene.
Yeah, taught, Gwen, taught.
This is just so silly. Like, Bryn is he's become such a cunt. Like, especially to Gwen.
See, you calling him a cunt is kind of embarrassing for me because all my notes are like, I get Bryn. Like, I've said this to you guys before. I cannot stand when I'm late for something, when, like, a schedule gets offset by people
but he's
who,
not.
like,
I'm not talking about him, like, being anal about the schedule. I'm talking about him being anal about the roof rack and shit.
Oh, yeah, then, fuck him for that part.
He's still my favorite character.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's just gotten more stressed out over the years.
Yeah. So Gwen is running off to run a mysterious errand.
Yeah. Gwen's going out. She won't tell us where she's going. I wonder whether that will come back. Then we see Gavin. He's having lunch at what looks like is his work, and he gets a call from the Smithmeister himself.
It's the night. So they're planning the night before the stag, and they're like, when does the night before the stag become a thing?
Yeah, Smithy's like, he's drinking a Lucozade as though he's like about to compete in the Olympics. Like, this is so silly. And then we find out where Smithy is, and it turns out he's at John Lewis for the wedding registry thing. And this is the first indication that, like, something's not right. Like, Nessa plus John Lewis plus wedding registry, that doesn't quite add up.
I don't know what John Lewis is, so I didn't pick up on
it's like it's a kind of
department store, right?
Oh,
yeah, it's like a kind of bougie.
I think
department
it's like
store.
your Macy's, maybe.
No, I feel like our Macy's is Harrods. John Lewis is more like, I've shopped at John Lewis before, whereas I feel like Macy's is everything is luxury, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, okay, yeah. John Lewis is like, you can buy, like, just nice bed sheets there. But yeah, they wrap up the call. Smithy goes up to the counter, and the member of staff who's like, yeah, cool, come with me. She leads him into some fucking room, and like a fucking Bond villain, Sonia turns around with some next shit-eating grin on that punchable fucking face.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what did you guys think when this happened?
This is where I wrote they got me good. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. When that happened, like, my jaw was on the fucking floor. Nobody, like I said, nobody expected this. Like, especially not like, nobody expected her to come back, and especially not like this.
Okay.
Like,
wait, hold on. Straighten something with a timeline for me. So last special, you were at your family's house and you, like, had headphones on so you wouldn't see the episode, and you watched it by yourself later. How did you watch this episode?
I watched it live. I was right where I'm sitting right now.
Okay, so you watched it live, like just like
Yes.
in your own space. Okay,
Yeah.
sick.
And this is pretty cool. I'll show you this. So like, this somehow it didn't leak that Sonia was coming back. Like, none of the cast, the crew, Laura Aikman didn't tell anyone that she was going to be coming back. She didn't even tell her own family. And after the show aired, she posted this video on Instagram of her family watching the episode for the first time. Hang on, let me get this up.
Lovely. Dry to bees already here. Follow me.
That's very cute. We never told anyone.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much, man.
That's
it's
sweet.
well cute.
I take an NDA very seriously, she says.
Yeah, I just think, what a fucking reveal, man. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, but then, as soon as we see Sonia, we can finally catch up with Nessa. We go down to the island. She's driving one of those black taxi things. Good for her.
She says she makes like a bit of a dig at the woke for some reason.
She goes like, you're what is it? You're triggering me or some shit.
Oh,
So that, like, she
yeah.
can get the couple to pay more or some shit. Like,
Yeah, she's clearly like taking advantage of Starmer's Britain, and
I had a moment of panic where I was like, oh no, are they gonna go the route of like, you know, when like something comes back and it's like it's more modern and they just make like jokes about teens on their phones the entire time.
Yeah.
And I was like, people like this finale too much for that to be the case. So
I felt safe in the hands of Nessa.
Yeah. So Nessa drives this old couple like on her bike like 10 feet or whatever, and then she charges them like how much? 70 pounds?
I think it was 70. Yeah, I think it was 75 quid. Yeah. And like the 70, I don't know how much those things actually cost, but I've heard that they're fucking extortionate. So that's like 75 quid for a few minutes isn't even like, I mean, it's more than what it probably costs, but I can't imagine it's that much more. Like a 2-minute ride on those things probably costs about 20 quid. But yeah, then Stacey comes by to say hi. And Nessa gives Stacey a quote unquote lift to the arcade. It's like 15 meters away, and I love how excited Stacey is about it. She's like, "Oh yeah, let me go on the bike. This is fun."
And then Nessa asks if she wants music.
Yeah, she just plays 2 notes on the fucking, what are they called?
Harmonica.
A harmonica.
That's the one. Harmonica.
And the reason by the way, I have a note about this because like I was like honorary Quebecois right there, harmonica. That's very Quebec.
Really?
But yeah, like a lot of our music is like known for having like sick harmonica solos and shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I didn't know that. But they go to the arcade, and Stacey comments on how quiet the arcade is. And this would have been more poignant if the arcade, like up until this point, hadn't been empty every single time we'd seen it. Like,
Nessa's worked there for 47 years.
Yeah, 47 years.
Jesus
like, I think
Christ.
we established last episode that she's 52. So
yeah, but don't worry. We're gonna go back on that later as well.
Yeah, that woman is a walking enigma. I love it.
Yeah.
And they start chatting about the weekend, and Ness basically says like, I don't want to go to this hen night weekend thing. I'm only doing it for Neil the baby. And she's thinking of bailing. She's thinking of going full Gareth. Do you guys remember this?
No, I don't know.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. This didn't happen in the show, but I think it was in the season 2 finale. We were talking about how saying something is Sergio Ramos means it's Ram.
Yeah.
And I gave other examples of that, and one of them is Gareth Bale, meaning it makes Gareth mean
she's
Bale.
gonna bail.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But yeah, speaking of Neil the baby, he's here, and fuck me, he is so grown up, it's insane.
Same actor, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, same actor.
Yeah, cool.
Crazy then that like that actor became somebody who knows how to do music, because like it makes sense that Nessa's like a musician and like Bryn's a musician and he would have grown up with those two people.
I feel
so
like
it's very cool.
Yeah.
They probably wrote it in because he was a good musician.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was going to say. I feel like they only wrote that scene in with him playing Blackbird.
No, I get that.
Because...
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like it would make sense that a kid who grew up with Bryn and Nessa who do like duets biannually love to bust out into. It would make sense that kid would pick up on some music.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It's cool that he did grow up to like play guitar so that we could have this scene.
I like so Neil the baby is got passed his plumbing test, is that right?
Yeah, he's got like a plumbing apprenticeship or some shit.
Yeah, so now he's got a plumbing apprenticeship. He's gonna go live with Smithy and like be his apprentice or whatever.
Yeah.
And Nessa's congratulating him. She's like, that's so good. Like, I'm so proud of you. You can take anything you want from the grabbers.
Yeah. I think that's really sweet. To be honest, I just loved it. I love how proud Nessa is of. Yeah. Throughout this episode, this is a recurring thing. Nessa is constantly like, whenever she's with Neil the baby, she's looking so proud of him, and it feels so good. She's like thrilled for him, man. I love it. But then we get Smithy and Sonia in the car. And there's a split-second exchange right at the start of this scene of Smithy and Sonia in the car, and it's something along the lines of like Sonia goes, "Oh, I'm a bit worried about like the color of the plates or something," and Smithy sarcastically responds with, "Oh, yeah, it's all I can think about is the color of the plates," and they share a laugh about it. And I think this is such a great inclusion. It shows that like. Because even though Sonia is our, like, quote, antagonist, right? And we're supposed to hate her, it makes sense that her and Smithy have been together for 5 years, that they're still together. Like, it says a lot about, like, toxic relationships. Like, they're difficult to spot when you're in them. Like, they're not fighting 24/7. They don't hate each other. They have these moments where they act like a normal, happy couple. They've just forgotten that's what it's supposed to be like all the time. And these moments shouldn't be like a special rare occurrence. And I just think keeping that one little exchange in makes it so much more realistic to me. I love it.
I laughed when you brought this up because I thought you were going to say that it's like us when you're just like Linux and we're like, oh yeah, fucking Linux. Am I right?
Oh, no. Yeah, it's just like, it's just that like without that included, you'd be like, well, why the fuck are they still together? They clearly hate each other. Yeah. But just that tiny little thing, it makes it all make sense.
Yeah. To me, like I feel like to me, like my whole understanding of it was that he is with her because you're supposed to get married to him. The next step of life is getting married. Like he said, it's what people do. So he's just picking somebody and like to get, and he, for some reason he feels like he can't do it with Nessa. So to me, it's like he picked somebody that's like the exact opposite of Nessa, both physically and like personality wise, and then was like, this is how I'm gonna get over Nessa. And like to me, I guess it surprised me that they would even like have anything that like they agree on or like get along with.
She keeps telling him like, you're so lucky to have me, and it seems like he's kind of buying into that.
Yeah, I've got more notes about that later. During the wedding, so we'll definitely come back to that. Yeah, but it definitely seems like Smithy, like they say it a few times in this episode, like they're just going along with it because breaking up is harder than just sort of letting the inertia carry the relationship forward.
And it's like the sunk cost thing of like, how are you going to call off like a whole ass wedding now? Like that would be so embarrassing. Like, we've put so much money into this.
Yeah, but anyway, they start talking and Sonia's trying to get the names of all the boys, and this is hilarious. Like Smithy doesn't even remember their names, and he goes like, I know Gary and Simon's names, and then she responds with, yeah, but you don't know which one's which.
So good. Dirtbox is Dominic
Dirtbox, yeah. And then we shortened it.
I wrote a note that says fighting like this right before a wedding is a great sign, by the way.
I wrote for the scene, I did think that Lauren Aikman did a good performance. Just she has good comedic timing and stuff. Like
for sure.
It's hard to play like Smithy's kind of playing the funny guy in this scene, and she's like kind of the straight man character, but she does a really good job, like, setting him up to make the jokes.
Yeah.
And,
There's one thing you cannot fault is Laura Aikman's acting job. She absolutely nails it.
Yeah.
But then Sonia reveals that she's not going to come to the night before the hen night thing at Pam's. Yeah. And we get the first mention of Sonia's sore throat, which I do like this bit. Like it comes back a few times. It's, yeah. And then fucking Sonia goes like, I'll say it, Pam's an attention-seeking whore. And, like, yeah, but she's cool about it, so fuck you.
Yeah. Aren't we all?
I think this is the start of some kind of interesting, like, the inter-character relationships where she's not wrong. Like, yeah, Pam is an attention-seeker. Yeah,
exactly.
And, like, she is a very flawed person who pretended to be a vegetarian for 6 months. So, like, that's objectively not a good thing to do. But, it's just like there's just like a mismatch of like she's not wrong, but like it's just like. But we love her for it, man.
Yeah, it's Pam. And then Smithy gets a call from the one and only Budgemeister General.
Fish fucker.
Yeah, the fish fucker. It's fucking Barkley from that Sexy Fish show. Yeah. I cackled when Sonia goes like, Budgie, what's your actual name? And Budgie just pauses and goes like, like he has to think about it.
I read that as like he's suspicious. He's like, why the fuck would you want to know my real name?
It's funny either way.
Yeah, it's funny either way, yeah. But I read it totally as just like he hasn't been asked that question in so many years that he's forgotten. But then we get the fucking Wet Leg needle drop. Absolute banger. This show is a banger soundtrack. Meg, did you know that Wet Leg was coming because of the Spotify playlist?
I haven't checked the Spotify playlist in such a long time.
So you didn't know?
I did not.
I didn't know. I hadn't noticed that like Wet Leg was on there. But I also like, I'm not like, I feel like you guys are bigger fans of Wet Leg than me. I'm sure that if I even had seen it, I wouldn't have been like, oh my god, Wet Leg's coming on this soundtrack? Holy shit.
I really like that specific song. I've got it in my playlist. I like that one.
What's the song? I was in... Wet Dream. It's Wet Dream. I was in Wet Dream. Banger. Have you seen fucking... Oh my god. Have you seen Harry Styles' performance of that song?
Ooh, no, but I'm going to look that up. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's he did like a... You know those BBC Live Lounge things where...
Yeah, I've seen
he's in like a studio. Oh, it's my favourite BBC Live Lounge, I think. But yeah, when I watched this as it was airing, I freaked the fuck out. I love Wet Leg.
Yeah.
Britain's got a bag of, quote, boy stuff for the stag. He's so excited about it. Bless him.
Yeah. Is this where they say, great news, Owain Hughes?
Yeah, that's when well, this before Gavin gets back, Bryn is talking to Stacey Stacey comes over and she's like, what you got in the bag? And he's like, oh, I can't tell you. And normally, right, I fucking hate it when people do this, when they're like, oh, I can't tell you about this thing, like trying to be all mysterious, when they're so fucking transparently, like they just want you to, they just want you to beg them to tell you something.
They want you to ask.
Yeah, they're begging you for it. But when Bryn does it, it's cute. I love it.
I said that I relate to this, like, because like, I don't relate to the part where like you're asking something because you want somebody to ask you about it, but I read the scene as, and you know, I realize now that I read it wrong. I read it as like he doesn't want to tell them, but like he sucks at being secretive and mysterious, so like immediately he gives in. And I was like, I relate to that heavy. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to say this, and then like 2 seconds in, I'm like, so actually, guys.
But yeah, then Gavin pulls up and they say great news, Owain Hughes, as you say.
And then they're like, once you know, right? Like
now they get the joke.
Now Gavin has spent enough time in Wales that he now understands the Owain Hughes joke. I love it.
So Stacey's here.
Yeah.
And she wants to try role-playing. And my note on this is that, okay, she suggested they try to spice things up 5 years ago. It took that much time to try role-playing? That's not like, what else? What have they tried?
I don't think they tried to spice things up 5 years ago. They were more
she was like, let's be more adventurous. You would think the first thing she'd go is like, let's try role-playing.
I don't think
they've been together for 15 years and this is the first time they've tried role-playing.
They weren't trying to be more adventurous or like spice things up. They just wanted to like be more of a couple. It was nothing like this.
Well, My point that it's been 15 years and they're just now trying role playing when like they've been talking about how they're too, like Stacey has been saying that like one of the main issues of their relationship is that they're too boring and she's scared of them becoming boring. I don't know. It surprised me that like enough. This is the first time they tried.
I will say so
good on them.
I don't like it goes without saying like obviously like Gavin and Stacey are kind of like the least important characters to this show, but it is like crazy. Like, this is, like, taken to the extreme where, like, so much is happening for every character in the show. And then Gavin and Stacey's main plot is just, like, maybe we should try role-playing. There's no arc.
Yeah, I mean, there's a tiny fucking arc. But I feel like... so, yeah, this episode, it unashamedly makes... Smithy and Nessa the main characters of the show. Like it gives what everyone I'm sure not you guys, but it gives everyone who was watching what they wanted, which was Smithy and Nessa to be the main characters. So yeah, Gavin and Stacey just get this tiny arc, like you say, which is just,
I feel like
maybe we should try roleplay.
If you'd showed like I'm sure some people did tune into the show for the first time. Like if you just tuned in and this is the only episode you saw. Like, if you're like, the show is Gavin and Stacey? Like, who's
absolutely.
Who's Gavin? Gavin is like this guy or this guy.
Which one's Gavin? Yeah, absolutely.
I like that she pulls out like a pair of thick glasses.
Yeah.
It's just so funny to me that like the only other like I guess direct mention of like a couple's like sex life that has been has been directly mentioned in this show, I would say, well, Ness and Smithy, yeah, but I'm talking about like Pam and Mick. And they also have a funny little prop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I just think that's really funny.
They love props in their sex, don't they?
Yeah, they love a silly little prop.
Yeah. But yeah, Nessa and Gwen get back, and Gwen didn't go into town. I wonder where she did go, eh? So
yeah, it's probably not important.
Yeah, probably not.
Bryn is very stressed out about the fact that like he's like, I told you guys to pull up at this specific time, and you're fucking brushing the fucking limit to it. I will say, like, Bryn is kind of like what I'm saying in my head whenever like people are towing the lines of like being last minute. I grew up in a big enough family that I would not have been allowed to have this personality for very long. It's like if I'm gonna do this every time somebody's gonna be late, I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm by the time I'm 10. So this was beaten out of me, if you will. But in my head, whenever like I'm with my family and we gotta leave in 10 and it's like 9 minutes in and someone's like, I should take a shower. This is what's going on in my head.
But then we see Dawny Dawn pulling up to Pam and Mix.
Yeah.
And she starts talking to Pam about like making plans for later in the week. And we do get a Capriccio's mention. Did we clock that?
Yeah.
Love that.
They've got the room above the restaurant or whatever.
Yeah, they're doing like some Zumba class or something. But Pam can't make it because they're going over to Pete's. They're finally divorced. Pete and Dawn have finally separated. Thank fuck for that.
May, were you? Was this a big moment for you?
I knew it was gonna be undone. I knew like something was gonna fucking like I was like, of course they're divorced now, but it's been like 6 months, and like Dawn's still fucking tracking Pete.
Yeah,
no, by the end of the episode,
psycho,
they'll
man.
be renewing their fucking vows. I will say, I really liked Dawn's delivery when she called Pete a ginger piece of shit. So good.
Dawn's insult delivery is always top drawer.
Yeah. She's got a tracker on his phone. She's watching him. He's always going to the same address. He's on Grindr. Yeah.
Go off, King. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pam knows that Pete is seeing someone, and Dawn like freaks the fuck out. And there's a very funny moment where like while Dawn is freaking out, Mick walks in, and Mick's like, "Hello, Dawn," and basically Dawn just freaks out at him, and he just sort of walks backwards out of the room without saying a word. It's very funny.
Yeah. You guys fuck with laser tag?
Oh right. Oh here we So tag? Fucking yeah. Dawn has been so desperate that she went on a date with Chinese Alan, which is funny in and of itself. But they went to laser tag and got a pizza. This is so throwaway, right? I love laser tag, to answer your question, May. But I haven't been since I was like 10. So why are 2 adults going to laser tag?
I think that's the joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you've never been to laser tag as an adult?
No.
I haven't. No, I don't think I have.
Plenty of adults go to laser tag. What are you talking? Okay, maybe this is like whenever I go to laser tag, like it's mostly adults.
How often do you go to laser tag?
Once every 6 months ish.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Not and I was gonna say I don't like laser tag. I fucking hate laser tag. But I go once every 6 months.
All right. First of all, why don't you like it? And second of all, why do you go every 6 months?
Okay, so the going every 6 months is pretty easy to answer. First of all, like my in-laws fucking love laser tag, and occasionally they'll invite us to laser tag. Okay. And I don't want to be the bitch that's like, I don't like laser tag stresses me out, so I can never go to laser tag. I'd like to get over
laser tag
how much I
out.
fucking hate laser tag.
Okay.
Yeah, it stresses me out. It's like, okay, so there's just people shooting at me and I can't like fucking see them, and I'm a bad aim as well. And like this one time I was at laser tag, and it's always with like a random group of people that I don't know, like other adults that are like way too fucking into it. And like I was running around, I was getting shot, and I was like freaking out, and I was like, I don't know who's shooting at me, and I was like trying to hide, but there was nowhere to fucking hide. And then I rounded a corner, I saw a guy, and I started shooting at him, like, and I was so full of adrenaline that I didn't know that they called it. They were like, it's over, and I was just still shooting, and the guy yells at me, and he's like, it's over, you can stop shooting at me. And I was like, I was almost fucking crying. I hate laser tag so much.
All right, I will say it sounds awful. Like going as an when did you start going to laser tag?
Oh gosh, maybe after COVID, like a bit after.
Oh
COVID.
yeah, okay. So like, I feel like going as an adult would
but like
suck.
it's not like a scheduled thing. It's not a scheduled thing. It's just like every 6 months they're like, oh my god, you guys want to do laser tag? I don't think I've ever gone to laser tag as a kid.
Yeah, okay. So I feel like going as an adult with other adults who are super into laser tag, that sounds awful. Like I don't want to be playing laser tag with people who sweat laser tag.
Yeah.
But the Barry lot are in the car. Everyone's asleep except Gavin and Bryn. Bryn wants to have a little chat with Gav. Mano et mano. That's French, right?
That's Latin.
That's Latin.
Okay, whatever. French is a Latin language, it counts.
No, I get it. I get that they come from the same place, but like I wouldn't say that I am my mom because I come from her womb.
Okay. Just let me have this.
No.
No, but Bryn is like, Gav, if you want to do a bunch of drugs and have sex with people who aren't Stacey, then you go right on ahead. I ain't gonna say a word about it.
Tomorrow I am not your uncle.
Yeah. But other than that, nothing else really happens in that scene. Bryn is just like getting way too into the stag. So we go back to Pam and Mix, and Pam and Mick are talking about how like so many of their mates have like gotten divorced, and they mention that Big Fat Sue's been to Turkey, like Bryn, gotten some work done. Go on, Sue.
Well, they call her Sue now, not Big Fat Sue.
Yeah.
So she's changed as a person.
That sounds like she's got maybe a gastric sleeve or something.
Yeah.
So like that, yeah. And then Smithy arrives. He's full hype man. He calls Pam like a ray of sunshine in a dark world, which is true. She is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pam and Mick are like, oh, we're looking forward to seeing Sonia tonight or whatever. And Smithy has to reveal that she won't be there. And he explains that she's got a sore throat. And I love that Pam goes, oh, she suffers with that throat, doesn't she? Like she's so like knowing. It's really good.
Passive aggressive.
But then blah blah blah. Dawn comes in and Smithy teases her about having sex with Chinese Alan.
The Wales gang is here, is my next note.
Yeah, the Barry lot arrive, and again they all start like asking where Sonia is, and Pam's like, "Oh, you're not gonna believe it," and they're all like, "Oh, sore throat, is it?" This is clearly a very common occurrence.
They're having a wink, wink, bitch fest.
Yeah.
So this is where I do feel like obviously like this relationship between Smithy and Sonia is framed as like this is like a situation like anyone could be in. Like it's very common like for people to be in toxic relationships and like even get married to toxic people. I do feel like in this scene this reflects a bit poorly on Smithy, where like obviously Sonia's the asshole for like skipping out on the event and like lying and saying she has a sore throat. I feel like Smithy going along with it, and like obviously this is something he's used to doing. He's used to like lying for Sonia. It makes me like him. Well, I already didn't like him, but
Sure.
it does like the fact that he's willing to lie to people he cares about repeatedly, like to cover for his wife. I don't love about him.
I don't know. I don't see an issue with that really. Like if my partner didn't want to go to an event and wanted me to say that they were ill, rather than
I'd do it once. I'd do it once, but
repeatedly.
And it's the fact that these are people like that should be part of her family too, right?
Yeah. The repeated nature of it does change things. Like he's consistently lying to his family about this.
And it would be one thing if like they had some like bitch like neighbor or something that like Sonia's like, I want nothing to do with this person, like please whenever like they ask about me say I'm sick or something. But these are like people that like she should be having a relationship with, and it feels like I'm frustrated with Smithy. Like obviously you're supposed to be frustrated with Smithy, but I'm frustrated that Smithy has been willing to like kind of be this go-between for them for so long.
Yeah. I think I don't have an issue with just like sort of like not telling the truth for your partner's sake. I have been in situations where I've been like, I don't feel well, but I don't want to like get into like how much I don't feel well. So I'll be like, Quentin, just tell your family that I'm like sick or studying or something like that. Yeah. Not because I don't care about them or because I don't like them, just because I don't feel like getting into it. I don't see an issue with that. I do see an issue with like the fact that she then also you combine that with the fact that she then wants him to cut these people off when they get married, and like she's bitching about them, and like the reason she's like lying is because she doesn't like them. That's
so she's revealed at this point. She's revealed to Smithy that she plans to cut these people out of their lives. And Smithy's reaction to that is like, okay, I'll lie and say that you're sick at this event, and like kind of setting up for him to actually go through with this.
I feel like Sonia has hinted a few times. Well, in the episode once, Sonia has like sort of brought up the fact that what she says is in the episode, like she says, "I'll be glad when we're married, and certain people aren't in our lives as much." I think is the exact line. And Smithy he notices it, but he doesn't push the topic. Yeah. So I feel like, this has happened a few times where...
that's where I feel like, so in that scene, so he notices but doesn't say anything. And you get like, okay, like he doesn't really like this, but like he doesn't feel brave enough to say anything. That's one thing. But then this feels like him taking the next step and being complicit and like, okay, we're going to like try to start cutting these people out.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether... Say, for example, if Gavin hadn't stopped the wedding... Spoiler alert, Gavin stops the wedding. I don't know whether... I wonder whether he would have allowed Sonia to cut them out of their lives. I feel like he might have done. Yeah, I feel like that he would have just continued going along with it and ended up not seeing...
Very lonely,
these guys ever again. But, then... Smithy asks where Nessa is, and it turns out she's outside having a vape. And this is the shot that made me laugh out loud the hardest in my first ever watch. Like the pull of the vape, and then the fag coming into shot with the other hand. So fucking hilarious. Oh, it's so good, man. So good.
There's a heartbreaking delivery in this scene where she says he's getting married.
Oh,
and
yeah,
she repeats that he's getting married. Just heartbreaking.
Yeah, I have a note about that, man. So Smithy goes out to chat to Ness, and this whole scene is lovely. They're talking about Neil the baby and like the plans to like move him up to London and stuff. And like you say, mate, there's this beautiful moment where she's saying like, I told Neil the baby to like, don't be so hard on you for not inviting him to the stag. I said, leave him alone. He's getting married. And then, as you say, she pauses and repeats the line. And it's so well done, this. Like, Ruth Jones just absolutely kills the acting in this scene. And throughout this whole episode, she kills the acting. Yeah. She says it with so much nuance. It's hard to say exactly, like, what she's thinking. It seems like she's trying to, like, let that fact sink in for herself more than anything, you know? I think it's great.
Yeah. So the next scene is Gavin's room.
Well,
Wait,
but then there's like the whole they discuss why Nessa's not going to be coming to the wedding itself.
Yeah.
And Nessa like makes it clear that like she's not going to not come because she has plans.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
she's not going to not be there because she can't really face it. She doesn't say it outright, but
yeah,
and she is very smiley when she says it. It's a nice moment between them, but that's what she's communicating, that she just can't face seeing him marry someone else. I think it's so well done. I love this scene so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next scene is up in.
Then they're doing their role play.
It's very playful. It's a very playful and cute role play. I like that, like, Stacey throughout the whole episode, whenever like this role play situation happens, she's almost like manic about it. Like she's so intense. It's so funny. It's like she's going fucking crazy. Like she's gonna start foaming at the mouth for this fucking. It's so well delivered. It makes me laugh so hard.
And then whenever she has to break character, she takes off the glasses.
She lifts him up, doesn't she? And Gavin is trying his best to like improv his way through it, but bless him, he's just so overwhelmed with like how detailed Stacey has made this plot line. Like she's mapped up a whole cinematic universe of Stephanie and Ross.
She'd be a good dungeon master.
Yeah,
not the D&D kind.
D&D, yeah. But then we do go back downstairs. Everyone's enjoying some food and drink.
Yeah.
And Gwen mentions that she went to like some restaurant and she's being very cagey about like who she went with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. I wonder who it is. I wonder if she has a secret boyfriend or not.
In the behind the scenes documentary, there's a few really good moments where so Ruth Jones has her phone out and she's playing voice notes from Joanna Page, who plays Stacey. And it's voice notes that Joanna Page recorded while she was reading the script, and it's like her finding out about like, oh my god, it's Dave who's coming in and stuff. Like it's there's some really good. Why the fuck didn't you guys watch the
holidays? You know how many fucking parties I had that I had to fucking go to.
All right, you fucking party animal. Whatever.
Hashtag in-laws.
But yeah, they start talking about strippers and. Turns out Doris just used to hire them Percy. And cheeky stripper
church.
for the afternoon. Yeah, gotta love Doris, man. Good on her. And then Smithy comes in and he's talking about how like everyone's drinking too much. And we get a couple of great lines of dialogue from Smithy here. One of them is, he goes like, with respect, respectfully, I don't care what you do. Like he says with respect and respectfully, which is very funny. And he also says, tomorrow is my stag. The most important day of my life. Yeah, not his wedding. His stag. It's so good. You guys ever been paintballing?
No, actually. I want to go, but I've never been.
I've been a couple of times. I'm definitely more laser tag than paintball. It's fun, don't get me wrong. I don't like being outdoors.
I've never been paintballing. Every single time I've spoken to someone who has been paintballing, they've told me it sucks ass.
Yeah.
I hesitate to go because like when I was growing up, I was like, I would love to go paintballing. That shit looks like so much fun. And then every single time I've mentioned this to somebody, they've been like, no, it sucks.
If you think it looks fun, like it's basically what it looks like. So if you think it looks fun, I think you'll have a good time, to be honest. Because it's
I think it's just they say that like the paint hurts enough that it's like it's not worth it, I guess is what I've heard.
I don't know what your pain tolerance is like, so yeah, it depends.
How bad does it hurt?
I can't really remember. I feel like I would liken it to, you know, when you get a rubber band and you pull the front bit and you do that.
Okay.
I feel like it feels like that. Maybe a bit worse than that, but whatever.
Okay.
Sick.
Right, so yeah, Mickey's trying to convince Smithy to let everyone stay up and keep drinking.
He says, you've got to build up a tolerance.
Yeah, he's feeding him some scientific techno babble about how you need to drink and whatever. And this doesn't feel very in character of Mick to me at all. Like, this is one of my criticisms of the episode.
Well, hold on, because I feel like it kind of does, because so Smithy's being we have to go to bed super early, he's really stressed out. I think Mick is just encouraging him to have a good time, which like seems like in character for Mick. Like they do have a good time. It's a good night. He's kind of right.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't see Mick. Like, Mick is clearly lying to Smithy here. Like, he's clearly making this shit up. And it just doesn't seem like the sort of thing Mick would do. I don't know. But,
I guess I always read it as, like, they don't respect this wedding.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
True, yeah. But, Mick doesn't really think Smithy should be getting married. And B, like, I feel like he's just trying to get everyone to chill out a little bit. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But then Pete turns up looking exactly like that fucking chill guy meme. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks exactly like that fucking dude, man.
I have him as down as he looks very divorced. Because, like, you know when like certain people get divorced and they start dressing in a certain way?
Yeah. With the fucking trainers, the massive fucking trainers.
Yeah.
He's on a fasting program.
Yeah, he says my eating window has closed for today.
Yeah.
And Dawn is pissed about it, man. She does not like seeing Pete thriving without her. And she walks out and Pam follows, and then we go out in the garden. Basically, Dawn is just bitching about Pete, and Pam is not yes-anding her. So, bad friend, Pam, to be honest.
Well, because they're friends with both, so it's kind of like you have to choose. Like, if you and Ari broke up friendship-wise, I don't know who I'd bitch with.
Friendship-wise? I feel like you would side with Ari. You side with Ari about everything else. Even if Ari, like, killed my parents, you'd still side with Ari.
Okay, but, like, your parents are cunts.
Okay, you don't even deny it.
If I killed your parents, I'd have to have a good reason.
Yeah. Ari's never done anything rash in her life.
But yeah, Pam is like, this is a soiree. That's French. We're inundated with French right
That's
now.
French.
Bitch.
And then Ness and Stacey come out as Dawn and Pam head back in. And Dawn asks Ness like how she looks. And Ness is fully like, you look the bollocks. Got legs for days, I think she says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where Ness opens up to Stacey a bit, talking about how she's not happy in this whole situation.
Yeah, and Stacey jumps to some insane conclusions because of the role play.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, you fancy Pete.
Yeah,
And
she
then
like...
Ness is like, I wouldn't kick him out of bed.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I love that.
I wrote that, like, if you guys ever keep this type of lore from me, I'm fucking killing you. If something like this ever happens to you guys and you, like, don't tell me for 5 years, I'm having you all killed.
No one has ever proposed to me.
Okay, good.
And I'm not pregnant.
Pierce? Pregnant? Proposal?
No comment.
What the fuck?
But this is where we find out what happened on that fateful Christmas in 2019. This is very like Stephen Moffat. This, like, the whole after a cliffhanger, cutting to something else for like half the episode, and then you find out what happened after the cliffhanger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like that was gonna get more of a reaction.
Can you say? Sorry, I was distracted. Can you say it again?
It's very Stephen Moffat, like this, where it went after a cliffhanger. He'll often cut to something completely unrelated.
I see what you mean.
And then come back. Yeah.
No, okay. I know. I get you. So we've had 20 minutes of like them just like doing other stuff, and now this is actually where we left off last episode.
Yeah.
Back. Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get first of all, we get confirmation that COVID did happen in the Gavin and Stacey universe, which I was thrilled to find out about.
Damn.
But the way it went was Gavin interrupted them, and Nessa was just like, "I'm Cossack dancing, mind your fucking business." Somehow that worked.
Yeah.
And yeah, she starts like talking about how this weekend has been a bit much, and like.
Yeah.
We get some more unreal acting from Ruth Jones at this point. Like, you can hear Nessa's voice crack slightly as she's talking about it.
Yeah.
It's great shit. But then she basically this is hilarious, right? She's like, you need to promise not to tell anyone, Stacey. And Stacey's like, yeah, I promise I won't. And then smash cut to Stacey telling Gavin everything. Yeah. I love this little gag, man. It comes back again as well, which is brilliant.
I once had I was in a class once, like a Spanish class, learning Spanish, and they were like talking about like how much do you tell your partner stuff. And they were all like, well, you know, I tell them everything except like if I have like a best friend. And then I was like, I pretty much tell him everything. And then I basically got labeled a toxic relationship girl for that.
Why was this happening in Spanish class, and why was that relevant to the story, May?
Well, because it's I just like yapping, man.
You love Pam, and Pam's a yapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pam's interesting.
What the fuck?
That's a lie. That's a lie. I love how I do love in this scene how Gav mentions like how amazing the Cossack dancing was. He's like, that was the most, like, that distracted me. I completely like lost track of what was going on because the Cossack dancing was so good. And then Stacey goes, you can't say a word about this to anyone, especially Smithy. And then again, smash cut, boom. Who do we think won the bowling game between Gav, Bryn, and Jason?
Probably Jason.
Jason.
Yeah, I thought this. I reckon Jason is a dark horse at bowling.
Yeah.
I mean, he's no Ness, don't get me wrong, but I reckon he got a few strikes and mostly spares.
Bryn got like 2 points.
Yeah, but he had a good time. Bryn had the best time.
He
out
had the
of
best
anyone.
time out of all of them. Yeah.
Gavin didn't give a fuck enough about the bowling game to do well.
Yeah, I reckon Gav, he was just middle of the pack, standard. You know, as he is, he's like the most white bread person in the world. But then Sonia FaceTimes Smithy back on best behavior.
Yeah, she's being very condescending.
Oh,
she's
God,
like,
yeah.
She's like, you guys and then she makes them repeat it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Repeat it back to me. Which cufflinks are you getting? Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hate her, man. But then later in the night, Nessa is on the phone to Clayton, someone called Clayton, planning something. Don't know what. We'll have to wait and see. And Smithy pulls her aside to talk about 2019. And I love how as soon as he brings it up, she's like, "Oh, Stace."
And then Stacey calls out Gavin.
Yeah.
There's just like a chain of call outs.
Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
good.
And then we get another great bit of dialogue from Smithy where he goes, "Why is anyone saying anything about anything to anyone anyway?" And then Nessa responds, "I can say anything to anyone, anytime and anywhere." And they have a bit of a callous moment here between them. Like, Nessa tells Smithy that 2019 was a mistake and it'll be better once they aren't in each other's lives anymore. It's just like, oh, my poor heart. Like, why would you say that?
Yeah. What with Neil the baby turning 18 and like leaving, they won't have to contact each other anymore.
Exactly, man.
Crazy.
Fucking sucks. This sucks.
Yeah. But the door knocks and it's fucking Jason.
Hell yeah. Jason's here, baby.
And he brought insane vodka.
Oh my God, that's insane. I wrote he brought some insane vodka. Yeah. That's crazy.
Look at us.
So everyone takes a shot of this vodka and everyone like breaks down, but Nessa is like so chill about it. She drinks that shit like it's Ribena. I love it.
Okay, so later on they're playing Limbo.
All right. We can skip over it. Basically,
there's some Pete and Dawn stuff.
Yeah. There's some Pete and Dawn stuff. Like Pete's being all worldly about it.
A couple things I liked in here. So Dawn reveals that she's been stalking Pete. And Pete's like, "You've been following me again." And he says, "I feel like I'm in Baby Reindeer." And did either of you watch Baby Reindeer?
Yeah, I watched Baby Reindeer.
Yeah. This isn't the best reference, I feel like, but I was like, hey, I saw that show.
It's kind of like it dates it a bit because
it's already dated. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Baby Reindeer was very it was very big for a few months.
Yeah,
and then
but it's so
nothing.
rare. It's so rare in this show that I actually understand things they're referencing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's like,
now we're starting to get to the point where you're getting the references.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it's later in the night.
Thoughts on Limbo, guys? I haven't played it in at least.
I haven't played it
me neither.
since childhood. I don't think I was very good at it.
I can't imagine it's that fun.
Yeah, no.
I feel like it's just if you're a gymnast, maybe it's fun.
And if you're short, it's fun. Maybe.
Yeah. I always like won when it came to like playing against people that aren't athletic, just because like I got a huge advantage by having to bend down a lot later than everybody else.
Oh right, yeah.
People started bending down like 3 rounds before me.
Have you guys have watched Futurama?
Yeah, some of it. Yeah.
Yeah, Hermes, the
the limbo king.
Yeah, he's really fucking good at limbo. I always like the episodes where we get to see Hermes doing limbo. But yeah, everyone's like, Bryn is saucing, man. He's drinking so much of this vodka.
And earlier they said that if Bryn had 2 drinks, he'd be useless tomorrow. And now he's had like a million. Yeah.
Now he's had several.
Yeah.
And we get the sexy Tzatziki moment. Like, Ness basically like makes Smithy a delicious looking open faced sandwich and feeds it to him with more sexual tension than I ever thought possible when handling Greek condiments. It's pretty specialist.
This party works well to like do what it does, because like I usually in TV shows, if somebody like sets up like tomorrow we have to do this, and then they start doing other stuff that like will interfere with that, I'm in the audience going like, no, guys, tomorrow you're supposed to do this. But for some reason, like, they were having such a good time that I also forgot they had shit going on the next day. Which is crazy for me.
But yeah, Stacey is like so fucking piddled. She's like still trying to get Gav horny about being a mechanic or whatever. So he pulls her upstairs and just basically says like, you're incredibly hot. You don't need to do anything other than be you, blah, blah, blah. Put the glasses on. Let me shag you. And then they walk in on Pete and Dawn. And the way they run away afterwards, like giggling like school kids, is hilarious. I love it. It's adorable. It's
very good. Later at the party, ABBA's playing, my fucking queen.
Mamma Mia. This is so good, man. I got
this drop. This drop came through.
Oh, good. Yeah. This is one of my favourite scenes of the episode, this. Like, the song just works so well, and the whole scene has, like, immaculate vibes. Like, everyone's dancing, singing, having a good time. And it also looks like it was a blast to film. Like, everyone's laughing, and it could be that they're just really good actors, but all the smiles on their faces look very genuine to me. Like, they were actually laughing.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I have a note, and I'm not sure about this, so I'd love to get your thoughts.
Go on.
For some parts of this scene, it feels like they don't know what song's playing. You know, like how sometimes when in TV shows, like they put the music in after the fact, so you can tell that the actors aren't actually. But then, like when they say "Mamma Mia," they do say "Mamma Mia" and they sing along. So it feels like to me half of the scene was done without the music, and then the other half was done with the music.
If you'd watched the behind-the-scenes documentary, you would know that they actually played "Mamma Mia" throughout the filming of the throughout the filming.
Okay, well, these guys can't dance to "Mamma Mia" to save their own fucking lives, because that's not how you dance to "Mamma Mia."
Okay, fair enough. When I first watched this episode, I was so sure that we were going to see Smithy and Nessa sleep together after this, this encounter. And I'm sort of glad they didn't go that route. It would have been way too predictable, I feel like.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, we've seen that before with like them being in different relationships and then them like cheating or whatever. That's been done before. Yeah.
But then it's the next morning, the morning of the stag, and Smithy's asleep in the bath here, and it's a callback to series 1, I think, especially with the like sleepy voice that he has. Where Gavin comes in and he's like, it's 12:30, and he's like, no, it isn't. And Gavin's like, it is. And Smithy just goes, it can't be. It can't be. I love this so much, man.
They missed a lot of scheduled stuff. I like Mick and Pam come out and they're wearing matching robes.
Yeah,
it's very exciting. I like that Nick is wearing a shorter version of Pam's robe.
But they've always worn those matching like gowns, haven't they?
I know, but it's cute.
It's very cute. I love it. Yeah. And I love it when this is one of the funniest bits of the episode to me, is when Smithy just like comes to his conclusions. He figures it all out, and he's like, right, Mick, break my arm. Like,
I have to break my arm. Yeah.
Yeah. This is how I'm getting out of this. I need you to break my arm.
Yeah, and there's a you can hear Ness at some point. It like cuts to her and she goes, I'll do it.
Yeah. Very quietly, ever so quietly. She's like, I'll fucking do it. Give me your arm, I'll break it. And she would, man.
Yeah.
He snapped that shit like a twig. And then he just like chucks himself down the stairs. And it's pretty cool that like, I don't know, they could have used a stuntman for that. It looks pretty dangerous. But no, he stands up, no cuts, and it was actually James Corden falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, pretty... I'm surprised that they let him do that. That's pretty cool.
But luckily for Smithy, Sonia's nan had a fall, so it's fine.
Yeah, I love that. Like,
That was funny, yeah.
he walks into the pub and she's like, luckily her nan fucked her leg up or something. It's good shit. But yeah, they're at the stag at the pub. The stag is starting off. And the boys are here. We got Gary and Simon, Dirtbox, Budgie and Fingers. I missed them so much in 2019.
Ari, I'm wondering if this was the same for you. I had trouble placing some of the people where I was like, who the fuck is that guy?
I don't know.
Gary and Simon, it was easy because they pointed, they like were together. So I was like, I don't know which one's which though, because they look so different.
I'll be so honest, I didn't even try. I know Fingers and I know Budgie, and beyond that, I'm pretty lost. I could identify Chinese Alan. I could pick Chinese Alan out of the group, but he wasn't there at this point. Yeah.
And there are some really stupid lines here where the boys are talking about like why they didn't go paintballing. Like Budgie's babysitter's bum was on the blink. Like that's just funny. And Fingers says, he goes, my gout flared up, so I had a cheese sandwich. Like, why is the sandwich relevant to that at all? Like, what? I don't get it at all. Hilarious.
Bryn gets here and he gets the whole kit and caboodle.
Oh, so good, man. When they take all their jackets off and then it pans over to Bryn and he's in like the full kit, like knee-high socks and everything. Hilarious. I love it.
Yeah.
And then the girls arrive at the hen and it turns out Ness did the knowledge, man.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about the knowledge, the London cab thing?
I know about the knowledge, actually.
No.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell May?
Yeah, I read a young adult book. I don't remember the names anymore. It's not important. I read a young adult novel that was set in London, and there was a cab person who was a character, and they talked about the knowledge. But the knowledge is basically like, I don't think they do it anymore, but it used to be like...
No, they still do it.
They do? Okay.
Yeah.
London cabs, London cab drivers have to take a test where like they memorize every street in London or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's called the knowledge.
It's an insane exam. It takes years to practice for.
Yeah.
It's said to be harder than the bar exam.
I'm sure, yeah.
Okay.
Like you have to memorize every single street and route in London.
That's crazy. With the invention of GPS, you'd think it would maybe
this is why sort of no one gets black cabs anymore, because Uber is so much cheaper because they don't have to do the knowledge. But like the reason they still do it is like the reason they give, other than like just being like pretentious about it, is like the reason they give is they want people to be able to get into black cabs and be like, take me to the place with the red door and with the statue on with the sheep outside, and it's like next to a Chinese restaurant, and the cabbie will be able to take them there, and it could be anywhere in London.
Can I tell you something weird about my brain? Is that so I learned about the knowledge I was reading this book when I was probably like 13, and like something about like how my brain works, I'm just like, that sounds really fun, and I've always wanted to do the knowledge.
That's fair.
I don't even live in London. Like, I don't know. It would be totally irrelevant to my life. But I'm like, I wish I could memorize.
I can understand that.
I wish I could memorize every street in London.
Like, it's insane that people can do it. Like, memorize every single street and route. Like, it blows my mind. And like, cabbies are all like kind of blue collar East End guys. Like they're not like fucking genius IQ scientists or whatever. They're just regular blokes who manage to do this. So somehow there must be some technique that they use. I don't understand how they do it. It's very impressive. And then we find out that Nessa, she lived with Hale and Pace for a while, which is insane.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, they're a comedy duo. Doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
And this is really funny. Like Dawn starts talking about last night with Pete. And so this is another thing, right? So Dawn says like, we were like two prairie voles frolicking in a meadow, and then we smash cut to Pete going like, I think we were both pretty clear too. It was a one-off, like it was a one-night stand. And in the behind-the-scenes documentary, you see James and Ruth recorded themselves writing this part of the script, and it's really funny. Like they're deciding like which animal they're gonna have Dawn say that they are. Like, and they're watching them settle on prairie voles is really funny. Like they're googling like animals of love, and they're like trying to find them. It's really good.
That's good.
And then we get the iconic entrance of the one and only
Chinese Alan.
Hell yeah! Someone order a Chinese. Everyone goes ape shit. Love it.
We go back to the hen night.
Yes, we do. Classic 2024 hen.
Nessa and Stacey are not into it.
So this part of the episode I did not like quite as much, I will say.
Okay, in what sense?
I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what point they're trying to make here. So obviously the berry group doesn't fit in with the stag.
Yep.
With the hen night. But there's nothing wrong with the hen night. Like there's some points like they're being kind of maybe rude about Smithy at a couple points,
sure.
But like it's a perfectly fine hen night. Like it just feels like they're being judgmental towards these women and like this type of event when like I don't feel like that's necessary.
Yeah, sure. I think there's an element of that. There's an element of not like other girls about the Barry lot or the Gavin and Stacey lot. But I also think what it's doing is sort of doing more of what I was talking about last week or 2 weeks ago with the how these characters just don't fit in this world anymore. Like they're still their 2008 selves, or they're still more 2008 than they would be if they'd actually lived. Mm-hmm. If they weren't just characters in a TV show, like they'd be way more open to this in if they were real characters, which means the show just doesn't work. They just don't fit in this world.
Yeah.
But yeah, the hen night it's classic 2024 hen night.
Yeah.
Balloon arch, like people taking selfies. It all feels a bit sort of performative. Like it feels like they wouldn't be doing any of this if Instagram didn't exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
But then we go back to the stag. Yeah.
We go back to the stag, and somebody tells Smithy, "We're gonna miss you." And I wrote that's code for "we know your girlfriend's being a bitch."
Yeah, this is a lovely moment where Mick does a little speech for Smithy.
Yeah.
He's talking about how Pam and Mick, they tried to have like a second kid, but it never worked out for them. Yeah. And then when Gavin met Smithy, it all started to make sense, and I just think it's a lovely little moment from Mick.
Yeah.
God love Mick, man. He's a good bloke. I love it. And they all start dancing. And did you catch like Bryn at the back, like having the time of his life, like jumping and dancing at the back when they're all like...
That's cute. Who is it that says, "Let's party like we're 27"?
He said...
it's 2008, right?
Yeah, Fingers takes the mic and says, "Let's party like it's 2008."
Right, okay, yeah, let's party like it's 2008. So specific, right? Isn't the expression usually 19... Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's specific to, like, these guys don't know they're in a TV show, and when we started seeing them was in 2008. Yeah. So outside of that, it's so specific to be like, let's party like back when I was 27 and had just met my wife.
It's very sort of it's a bit self-referential.
It's fine.
But what are you going to do?
Though.
They're in a TV show.
Fine.
They don't know they're in a TV show, but we do.
But it's
so
okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we do go back to the hen. And I love this moment where Nessa's vaping and one of Sonia's mates comes and sits down next to her and she's like, "You're actually not allowed to vape in here." And Nessa just goes, "I know," and exhales like directly in her face.
Yeah. This is a bit of a tangent, but like I don't smoke and I don't vape, but like to me, I don't understand not allowing vapes in a like public place. I feel like it's a remnant of like associating it with cigarettes, because cigarettes can make other people sick. Cigarettes smell bad. Cigarettes can dirty the windows and stuff. Vaping doesn't do any of that. Most of the time it smells like strawberries. I don't get why people can't vape indoors.
Can I be the boomer? Can I be the boomer here?
Hell yeah.
I don't love vaping in public places, especially mostly just like the scented ones. I got an Uber once, and the Uber driver was vaping like a scented vape with like the windows up, and it was like, "What are you doing?" Like, we're sharing this. What? I also like and maybe it is still there's started to be some research, but it's still a newer thing where we don't quite know the effects of secondhand vape, and like in public places there are kids around. Like I do feel like it's one of those things where like just go find some space.
Yeah.
Like, Yeah.
The one.
Okay, looks like I'm canceled.
No, yeah, like
No, I think I might be canceled, to be honest. I think I'm kind of the boomer.
I do. I'm sort of in the middle. Like,
yeah,
I do agree with you, May, that like, yeah, it's vaping indoors. Even like, it doesn't leave any smell, and it doesn't like discolor the walls or whatever.
Yeah.
And as far as we know, it doesn't harm anyone. But it is a newer thing, so we don't fully know the effects of secondhand vape. It's basically like forced politeness. Like, it's like if they banned really strong cologne or like aftershave or perfume, like that's essentially sort of what it's like. It's like which is nice. Like, I would like it if I didn't get a headache when I got on a bus and so the guy sitting next to me was really strongly scented. But then I don't know. It's not really any of my business. So yeah, there's sides to both of it. But I think the key point is that there's not enough research done about it yet to fully confirm whether it's safe or not. So we ban it to be safe.
Anyway, yeah.
But then they have the Mr. and Mrs. quiz. And May, Ari and I asked Quentin.
Did you really?
No, I'm joking.
Okay, because I was gonna say biggest fucking fear. Okay, if something you guys aren't gonna have anything to do with this, but if something happens and there's some sort of get together and somebody goes like, "Hey guys, what would you guys think about Melina having like a quiz and we quiz her on how much she knows Quentin?" Tell them I would rather kill myself, because it's not even that I don't know him that well. It's that I know that when somebody asks me the question, I'm not gonna fucking know it.
Yeah.
Because like, what, you're quizzing me? You know, like in general, I know most of the stuff about Quentin. I know everything about Quentin.
Yeah.
But like, if somebody goes like, "Melina, quick, what's his favorite chocolate?" All of a sudden, I have no fucking clue.
But yeah, during the quiz, one of the questions is like, I think one of the first questions is like, what annoys you most about Smithy? And Sonia fucking goes, "Oh, only one. There are
so
thousands.
Many, yeah.
Oh, fuck off then. Fucking why are you marrying him?" Oh, it does my head in, man.
I will say the second part of why I didn't really vibe with the scene is it did like, I don't know what the trope is called, but like, you know, like Nessa like magic like knows all the answers and she's like perfectly set up, like, whoa, like, you know what his deepest fear is and the bride doesn't, like, whoa.
Yeah,
like, it's very like fan fiction-y kind of like, I don't know.
I don't know. It felt realistic to me. Why? I mean,
I don't know. Just like the way like she's getting so much like she's just so like sympathetic in this scene. Like, you know, like Sonia is doing all the wrong things. Like, she's this like dumb person who doesn't know like her boyfriend's deepest fear, and Ness is like so like the like meant to be person who knows his deepest fear, and everyone sees that she's like in trouble, like, you know, like
maybe I just buy into this relationship too much. Maybe I'm like,
it feels so weighted. It feels so weighted towards Nessa's to be unrealistic to me. Like,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I just maybe it's just the fact that
it feels like, you know, those fake internet stories where like you know, like, and then everyone on the bus clapped or something, like, okay,
right, okay.
I don't know,
maybe it's just because I dislike Sonia so much that I'm just like, yeah, this feels realistic that Sonia wouldn't know Smithy's deepest fear or whatever. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But there's a bit of blah 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 here. Yeah, like we've already pretty much talked about it all. But then Stacey interrupts the game.
Yeah.
Because the police are here. Oh shit! Someone's being arrested.
So the stripper shows up. Sonia is not into it. She like, because it's objectifying men. They cut it very quickly. I like how Gwen says, "You were ever so good."
Yeah. She's like, "You were amazing. I'm so sorry."
She gives him his hat back.
Yeah. The Sonia and her boring mates are not so into it. What the hell?
Oh, you would be into it if I like got you a stripper? If I was like, "Here you go, Piers."
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I've admitted that I'm Sonia coded, but I'm not in Gavin and Stacey, so I'm allowed to be Sonia coded.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, the narrative hasn't decided that you're a cunt yet, and so therefore it's fine.
But then we go back to the stag, and the stag, all of them are in some some club, and it looks dead as a tin can in there. Everyone looks about 12. Oh, I do like... So some people have left the stag, and Gary and Simon are two of the people that have left. And the reason they gave is that they both had a headache. Like, Gary and Simon had a headache. It's so good.
It's not Gary and Simon had headaches. It's Gary and Simon had a headache.
Yeah, Gary and Simon had a headache. Yeah, fucking brilliant, man.
Bryn ruins the stag vibes a teensy bit by being a bit too intense.
He's like, not quite able to read the room, and he like tries to handcuff Smithy to a blow up doll or some shit. It all just feels a bit tragic, man.
There's two callbacks. There's two Nessa callbacks in the scene. One with the plunger that Bryn brings up, and then two with the foam party, which...
The plunger you're thinking of was a toilet brush initially.
Oh, God, you're so mean to me today.
I'm just, But then the foam party starts, as you say.
And they're over it because they're too old.
Yeah, man, they're all so not into it. Like, there's even one shot of like Dirtbox being a bit annoyed that like the foam has got on all over his beer, and it just sums it all up perfectly. Like, not only do they not care about the foam, but now it's ruined a beer that he's probably spent like a tenner on, and they're just like, why are we here? The times they are a-changing.
Which is so good because like the last foam party that like we saw, Smithy was pissed at Gavin for being over it.
Yeah, they were all so into it back then, and now like it's no longer that. It's no longer the vibe. But then it's later in the night, Gavin and Smithy are walking home.
Yeah.
Gavin, like, he brings up like, if you're having any doubts about the wedding, you can let me know. But then they are interrupted by Nessa and Stacey, who are in a cab going the same way.
Yeah. She's very like hyper about seeing her husband. They get in the car and the boys ask them like, how was hen night? And Stacey goes like, it was fine. And then Nessa immediately goes like, it was dreadful.
It was awful, man. Yeah, it just was not their vibe. But they go to the KFC, and this is where the corn on the cob gets brought up. Do you guys remember corn on the cob, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. As Gavin and Stacey are like discussing whether or not to get the corn on the cob, Nessa and Smithy just cannot stop like glancing at each other. They spend like a solid 20 seconds sort of silently staring at each other. And Smithy is just like, I need to get out of this situation, and he dips.
Well, isn't it the woman at the window is like, I'll just put the corn on the cob in the bag, and you can have it if you decide you want it or something.
Yeah, that's what's Stacey's. They decide they're going to get a portion of corn on the cob, and Gavin and Stacey are like, right, we'll there's 4 in a portion, we'll have 2, and there'll be 2 left if you want them.
Yeah, if you want them, if you decide you want them, yeah.
And also, Stacey is like pitching the idea to go get these family feast buckets, and she says like, we were gonna get a family feast bucket. Are you guys gonna judge us if we do this? If we just get 2 family feast buckets?
I love that.
Yeah, it's very cute.
But then Ness follows Smithy out of the cab for a fag, and this is the worst episode. This is the worst moment of the episode for me. I do want a corn on the cob line. It feels very unnatural and self-referential, and it feels like it almost has like a comedic delivery, but the tone is so serious, it just doesn't work at all for me. This one line specifically.
I didn't really have that many thoughts on this scene.
Yeah, I did say that I said that it was like a heartbreaking scene, and I thought that like I've said that I don't quite. Whether Smithy and Nessa get together is not something that I have like a huge I'm not like super like focused on that, I guess, as much as I am about like other elements of the show.
Yeah.
I will say like they did well to make me like care about a scene that's pretty much dedicated to a couple that I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have like they're not my OTP, so I thought that they did pretty well considering.
If we read between the lines here a bit and ignore the delivery that I hate so much, it's a very poignant moment where Smithy is like admitting to himself and Nessa that there is like something there, but other stuff like Sonia is in the way. It's a very very emotional scene. But it's just that fucking delivery, man. It's just so shit. Whatever. But then we go to a few days later, Smithy and Sonia's place, and they're cleaning out the spare room for Neil the baby, who's going to be moving in with Smithy.
Yeah, she finds his little chart for beers from around the world.
Yeah. Do you remember this?
This is crazy. I remember this from episode 1. I remember in episode 1 thinking that it would be a bigger deal in the show, and then like this is the second time it's brought up, and it's the last episode. Well, for now.
Yeah, fucking brilliant. I love this callback. It was so nice for me. I loved it. And Sonia finds Nessa's ring that she gave to Smithy, and he makes up some bullshit explanation about where it came from.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it gets very awkward.
And very awkward indeed.
Yeah.
The next scene is at the arcade. Nessa's pissed. She says that Gavin and Stacey are boring. There's no reason for me to be in Barry. She wants to leave Barry. I think it's very funny. It's not out of character, but I think it's very funny that Stacey doesn't like say anything about like Nessa being like, you and Gavin are boring.
Yeah,
leaving.
I love how
especially
upfront she is.
since like Stacey has opened up about the fact that like she's worried that her and Gavin are getting boring, and Nessa has no sensitivity to this. She's like, you are boring, and I'm fucking
you are
leaving.
boring. and this is then when we get the line about Nessa being 29.
I'm only 29.
And also she's been working at the arcade for like over 40 years.
Yeah,
So, like...
exactly. So what she's done is she's found her old job working cargo ships in like Malaysia.
Yeah.
Insane.
I guess this is the end of her and Smithy.
I guess so. We'll never see them get together. So we go to Gwen's place, and Jason, Ness, and Stace sort of all arrive.
And they let themselves in.
They let themselves in, but shit is going down upstairs. Ho. Gwen comes running in, like adjusting her top. Bitch has been fucking.
when they were like, where's Gwen, and it got like really serious for a second there, I thought Gwen had gotten into like some sort of crash, and I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, May, were you reading the little like breadcrumbs throughout the episode though?
I knew that she had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I knew that. Like to me it was like pretty obvious, but like
I mean,
I don't know, something about the delivery in that specific scene, I was like, are they like hinting at the fact that something's happened to her on one of her various like nights out?
I forgot to mention, right? So when when I first watched this episode, I was also picking up on the breadcrumbs that Gwen must have had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
They were pretty
And
big breadcrumbs.
They lay it down pretty thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were also breadcrumbs that obviously Pete was seeing someone, and I thought the two of them were seeing each other. That was my theory at the time.
This thought crossed my mind. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, I didn't really lock it in as a theory, but it crossed my mind.
Well, yeah, it's pretty quickly quashed when Pete walks in and nothing happens between them.
Yeah.
But so Gwen, all right, so hang on, here we go.
Okay, all
Gwen
right.
starts making 2 omelets, right? She starts making them, one for Stacey, one for Ness.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back to this in a bit. So yeah, Gwen basically admits that she's got a fella.
Yeah.
And I love how thrilled Stacey and Jason are. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is wonderful.
They're very cute about it.
Yeah.
But the fella is none other than Dave from fucking Dave's Coaches.
It
We're
is
so
the
back.
living legend himself. Here he is.
Which to me feels like it was definitely just like, we got to find a reason to get this character in for the finale. But I like it. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I feel like it was, but it works so well.
Yeah.
I have no issue with it at all.
Why? It's like a why not? Why?
Yeah.
not? Like,
Yeah.
Nessa says fair play. She's fine with it. She knows what Dave from Dave's Coaches is packing, and she's happy that Gwen gets to experience it.
Jason and Stacey are basically speechless, and Nessa's just completely unfazed about it. And they do that fucking, all right, Dave, how's it going? All right, Ness, how's it going? All right. I love that they got that little exchange in there.
Yeah, clearly it's an amicable breakup.
Yeah.
That's not what Gwen is worried about, though. What she's really worried about has been going on for 6 months. What she's really worried about is Bryn's reaction.
Yeah.
I like Stacey's "Don't worry, I already texted him."
Yeah, she's like, I already texted him. And he comes running in, fully dressed in Lycra, GoPro on the head. Incredible. And Bryn's basically just furious because she's been keeping it a secret. But then Gwen throws it right back in his face by bringing up the fishing trip.
Yeah. And by the way, I think it's funny that okay, so Dave from Dave's Coach's two partners that we're aware of are Gwen and Nessa. Two totally different people.
Yeah.
Dave from Dave's Coaches is many things, but he is not someone who has a type. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's very true. And they're not even similar in like personality or anything.
No, they're very, very different. And I like that Bryn also says that Dave from Dave's Coaches wouldn't know love if it was a passenger on his bus. That's
a very good insult, man. Yeah.
I like Bryn. So Bryn bursts in. He's like, "How long has this been happening?" And Gwen says, "Well, we've been friends on Facebook."
And this is where Jason points out that the only person who knows what happened on the fishing trip, other than Bryn and Jason, is Dave. And like Bryn very smugly, like he calls his bluff, like, "Well, this is a true love scenario. If you love Gwen, then like, let there be no secrets between you. You tell her what happened on the fishing trip." And to Dave's credit, he starts going to tell the story. And one thing I love about this is he starts off by saying, "It was cold." That was the first line he says, and that alone is enough to set Jason off. Jason's like, "Oh God, it was cold. Oh God." Bro has some serious PTSD, man.
This was an event.
Yeah. But they're saved by the
there's
omelets.
a cock block ass alarm. The alarm serves the same purpose that the kids did in last episode.
Yeah. So, the omelets got burnt. Do we add them to the counter? I vote no.
Oh, really?
If they got burnt, I count them.
Yeah.
Really? But
it's not good omelets. It's just omelets, whether they're burnt or not.
But people aren't eating them.
We said that eating it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. They just have to be created.
Okay, all right.
At a certain point, listen. At a certain point, these were good, perfectly serviceable omelets, but then they just like gradually became more too cooked.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Let
me find the omelet counter and I'll see what our final tally is, because these are our last omelets of the show.
Yeah. No, this is serious.
Yeah.
The last omelet was in series 3, episode 3. Hang on, I swear there was one in the series 3 finale. Hang on.
Yeah, didn't they? Didn't Nessa have some omelets before the wedding?
Yeah, hang on. Did I fucking miss an omelette? I swear there was an omelette in the series 3 finale, but I can't see it in my notes. Yeah, this is weird. The last omelettes that I have are in the Cardiff episode, which brought us up to the count of 14. So this would bring us up to 16. But I'm pretty sure there was an omelette in the series 3 finale. Like when
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gwen makes Nessa an omelette for the road, which would have brought us up to a total of 15.
Do we want to go to the tape?
I mean, no, I know there was. I know there was an omelette in series 3.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I trust your memory of Gavin and Stacey.
And I feel like we brought it up on the podcast, so I don't know why it's not in my notes.
I do as well. But, maybe it just didn't save or whatever.
Yeah, maybe I didn't write a note about it, but I feel like we brought it up. But okay, total count then is 17. That is the final total for Gavin and Stacey.
Okay,
17 omelettes.
That's pretty big for 3 seasons.
Yeah, that's definitely more omelets than your average TV show.
Oh yeah, for sure. Then the next scene is Pam and Mix the day before the wedding, and Gav is trying to write his speech.
Yeah.
And basically he mentions to Pam that like he doesn't know what to write about Sonia.
This speech was written very last minute, which I don't know if that's the intention, but I read it as it's because he doesn't expect Smithy to go through with it. So I was just like, I don't need to write a speech; it's gonna fall through.
I think the intention was that like Gavin just doesn't know what to say about Sonia, so he hasn't been able to write it. He's been trying to, but he just doesn't know what to say.
Oh, because I read it as like he hasn't tried at all. Like this is his first time trying, and he can't think of anything.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe. But this is the first point in the episode where someone points out that Smithy, like, and Sonia shouldn't work. Like, basically Pam brings it up to Gavin, like, I don't think this is right, and Gav shuts her down.
Okay, so for me, from this point on in the episode, well, a bit before, but like this is the part where I had solidified it. I had created an official theory that I thought that it would go full circle with Nessa interrupting Smithy's wedding to be like, hey, you did this to me, now I'm doing this to you. I'm not saying marry me, but don't marry Sonia. To the point where when that's not what happened, I was genuinely shocked
I was like,
Wow,
there is
yeah.
no way that's. I thought for sure that they were setting up a full circle thing where Nessa would be like, you don't have to date me, but like, don't date Sonia. I'm returning the favor for what you did to me with Dave from Dave's Coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I didn't consider that. That's never
Right?
That's not a thought that ever came to me.
To me, it was so obvious, and I
Yeah,
was like,
you're
to
right.
me, it was like to the point where I was like, I bet if I have time to look at the behind the scenes, and I bet they're like, yeah, we're trying to do a misdirect with that, because I was like, I cannot believe they didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it came to me. It came full circle, like in another way, where they both like almost got married to different people, and then their weddings were interrupted right after the yeah.
But to me, it was like it wouldn't make to me like everybody shooting Stacey stop, like people not wanting Stacey to stop it, people not wanting Pam to stop it. To me, that was the show saying if someone's gonna stop this wedding, it's gonna have to be Nessa, because Smithy did the same, which is like an issue. Like I liked how it ended up going for sure, but to me, it felt like a real missed opportunity that they didn't go that direction. I guess
the reason it couldn't have happened is because Nessa is so stubborn isn't the right word. Like she's so she's got such strong-willed. That's fucking it. Strong conviction, strong-willed. She's so strong-willed that she isn't gonna go and tell Smithy what to do again. Like she told him in 2019. She didn't outright say it, but she said words to the effect of, "I don't think you and Sonia are right. I think you and me are right. Will you marry me?" And he turned her down, and she's not going to do that again. And this does come back again later. So that's the reason I think that they didn't go that route. Maybe if Nessa hadn't proposed in 2019, maybe that's how the story would have gone. Maybe at this point Nessa would have stopped the wedding, but I don't know.
But like again, like when Smithy stopped Nessa's wedding, he didn't say "and date me." He just said, "Don't date Dave from Dave." Like, she could have still been like, "No, I'm not going to propose to you again because I've done it before." But like, don't marry Sonia.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I'm again, like I've said, I'm fine with how it ended up going. I was just surprised that that's not the route that they went, because to me it felt like the obvious direction.
Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. Yeah. Gav gets a call from Smithy though, and he gets called Gaviscon. This is my favorite nickname so far. Gaviscon. I love it. And Gavin decides not to mention anything to Smithy about Sonia not being right for him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we cut to Barry, where Neil the baby is leaving.
This scene where Smithy is picking up Neil the baby, this is where the episode, like, from this point forward in the episode, everything takes everything from like great to world-class television for me. This is everything from this point onwards is some of my favorite television of all time. Like, oh my god, Neil the baby looks so grown up in this scene, don't you think?
Yeah. And that and also like they didn't know that they'd be making like a 2019 special and then a 2024 special when they were making the 2008 show. Thank God they took a Welsh baby. Because, like, it's a baby. They could have taken any fucking baby. And then they took not only a Welsh baby, but a baby who then would grow up to look as much like Smithy as he does.
Yeah, I have a note about this. I wrote later in this scene. Like, they got so lucky with Oscar Hartland, who plays Neil the baby.
Yeah.
Like, not only does he look like he could be related to James and Ruth, but he's also, like, a good actor. Like, not all baby actors grow up to be actors, but he is a good actor. He does some good acting in this show.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Nessa is setting sail tomorrow, heading off to Malaysia, and Smithy says to Nessa, like, "You've nailed being a mum, man. Like, Neil the baby is the best guy ever." And Nessa's just looking like really proud of him throughout this scene. It's so lovely. This whole
it's very cute.
Quiet little scene is so understated, and I love it. And then we have a moment where Nessa is like, "Right, now he's living with you. If you screw him up, I will kill you." And she's dead fucking serious about it. I love it. And then Neil the baby starts saying his goodbyes, and I love how he calls Bryn Uncle Bryn.
Yeah.
And Bryn just tells him, "This is always going to be your home." Oh, my heart. Like, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
And he tells his mum he loves her, and she says, "I love you too." And Nessa is just like she's on the verge of tears, like watching them drive away. It's so beautiful and heartbreaking, that shot.
It's very cute.
Love this show.
Then we get the bitch session.
Yeah, then we get the bitch session at Pam and Mick's on the morning of the wedding.
Yeah, they're talking shit about Sonia. Fuck her. She's so fucking terrible. Am I right? Pam is ready for Mick to die as well.
There's a very subtle moment here, right? Because as far as we know, Mick hasn't heard any of, like, there's been very little conversation about how Smithy and Sonia isn't the right combination. So this, as far as we know, is the first time Mick is sort of hearing that people are thinking that. And we spend like we spend a considerable amount of time sort of on Mick while this conversation is happening, and he's sort of sitting back and watching the conversation unfold. Like, it's good shit. He's not saying his thoughts yet, but he's just sort of like starting to think about shit. Like, we see Mick sort of starting to put the pieces together. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But then, Smithy and Neil the baby arrive and interrupt them. Both looking very dapper in their matching suits.
Yes, it's very cute. It's very cute. Yeah. So is this where Pam says that she's ready for Mick to die? Because that was crazy.
Ready for Mick to die?
She was like, if Mick dies, I'm fucking ready.
She's
like, I'll downsize to a smaller apartment. I'll take a lover.
She's got this whole shit planned out.
Mick goes like, I could never move on from you, and she's like, aww.
Yeah, I love these two, man. But Stacey and Caitlin and Megan arrive at the wedding thing. The kids are bridesmaids. And Sonia is just being a fucking bridezilla, like being a dickhead to the photographer. Fuck her, man. Yeah. Why are you being a dick to the photographer?
Yeah, he's done nothing wrong.
She's annoyed at him for not being tall enough. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I represent short kings everywhere when I say that, like, you need to calm the fuck down. Okay,
exactly.
we just because we're low to the ground doesn't mean we don't have souls.
We'll bite your ankles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not gonna want to fuck with those with the low center of gravity, bitch.
So in this scene, I think she's got like classic villain hair as well.
Oh yeah, she's got like curlers in her hair and shit. Yeah.
I have a note about this whole wedding situation, that it's a shame that it's built on a lie, because it looks so nice. Her dress is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
The whole wedding is like amazing. Like, I understand that it's because it's such an expensive wedding, but it just looks so pretty.
I also have a note about this later. Yeah. But yeah,
she's like,
Gavin,
can you deal with Stacey?
Oh god, yeah, I fucking hate that line, man. Fucking Jesus Christ. We'll deal with you. How about that? But yeah, Gavin and Smithy are greeting everyone at the door. And Dave Coaches is very like polite and warm with Smithy. It's great. Love seeing these two getting along. Yeah.
No, clearly it's like a very amicable breakup, which is great.
Yeah.
Love when that happens. It's a rare gem where like two people can break up and like still be very nice to each other. And like, Gavin's tired of people bitching about Sonia. Because like he's like, you know, we can't be stopping this wedding. As if Smithy didn't stop a wedding in the past. Like, if I was getting married to a terrible person and I had like put my pride aside in the past and stopped another terrible wedding, and then people were like, we can't do it to you, I'd be like, okay, well, you guys don't love me as much as I loved you guys when I saved you from that horrible wedding.
So I have a note about this in a second.
Yeah.
Like my opinion on it. But first of all, I want to talk about the fact that Rudy's here. Fucking Rudy. Yeah. Rudy's back.
Queen.
This is incredible.
Rudy's back.
So good to see her.
And Smithy's blocked her on Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
Her kids are Brighton and Aldi.
Oh, my God. Rudy has... All right, first of all, Smithy and Rudy do another insane handshake and they do a dab at the end, which is brilliant. I just want to point that out. But Rudy has 4 kids. She has Taplow, Chingford, Brighton, and Aldi. And, like the first 3 are place names, and the last one is the name of a supermarket. Like, what the
is
fuck?
That okay? So, is that where they were all conceived? Do you think?
That's what I was wondering. That's like Taplow, Chingford, Brighton, and Aldi. But Aldi. Oh, so good.
What's Calpol?
Oh, Calpol is like it's like a cold medicine for kids. It's like made for kids, and it's. I tell you what, it's fucking delicious, man. That shit slaps. Like whenever I used to have a cold, and my mum would give me Calpol. Oh my god, what a treat! It was like this strawberry flavored syrup goodness. Oh, so
Oh,
good.
we might have had an equivalent. We also had that type of syrup. I don't know what it was called though. We might have had like.
Does it knock you out?
Never knocked me out. I never noticed any difference, but I don't know. I was fucking 4, so. But so Rudy also doesn't like Sonia. People keep bringing it up to Gav, and he's like, no. We just got to let him. This is his decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the actual wedding hall thing, everyone's like finding their seats, and we see Pete and Dawn together, and Pete looks like he has a fucking gun to his head, man.
Yeah. I have the exact same note that Dawn just has Pete at gunpoint, because like the previous scene, he was like, I don't fuck with it. Dawn's a cunt, and I have a new GF. And this scene's like, I guess we've decided that we're getting back
together. we understood, we realised that we are destined to be together. Yeah. And this is where Stacey pulls Gavin aside for one final plea to stop the wedding, talking about how like everyone knows it's wrong, but they're just going along with it. And so Gavin basically just doesn't want to cause a fuss here. And to be honest, at this point, I think Gavin is right.
Yeah. I think this intervention should have happened earlier than this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It should have happened ideally before, but worst case, like, failing that after.
Okay, what do you guys think? So I feel like everyone's been in a situation where, like, your friend's dating someone you don't really like. I feel like it's something you can, if you're, like, really close, you can bring up once. You can be like, hey, I don't really fuck with your boyfriend. I think, like, they're not good for you. But I feel like if they're like, nah, I love this person. Like, I do feel like you have to kind of let them make their own mistakes. Like,
I think we can we talk about this a bit later. I have there's a point where this is going to come up.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, so like, obviously in sitcom land, right? You want them to have a big I object moment. Right? Of course. Yeah. But in real life, if this was me.
Don't object to a wedding, brother.
Yeah, like fucking.
What are you? You're making it, and also like I heard this like horror story about like apparently like I don't know what the wedding rules are in general, but like
you've told this story. You've told this story.
Okay, well, this is bullshit. I need new friends.
where he objected and he did it as a joke, and then they couldn't get married.
They couldn't get married.
You told the story on the podcast, man.
I hate being friends with people for over a year, man. I'm out of tales to spin.
But wait, I am curious, mate. Do you like it in sitcoms when they have like one of these like I object? Like, is that something you enjoy or
depends on the couple? You know, sometimes I'm like, I whenever it's like the couple is fine and like you are objecting purely because you're in love with this person, I'm like, you're gonna need to like shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But if you're like objecting because like it's a Sonia situation where like it's not like somebody just being like, please, Sonia's great, but pick me. That's dumb. But like in this one, it's like Sonia's a cunt. She's not right for Smithy. Like she's clearly making him unhappy, and she's gonna have him isolate his family. That's like a major red flag when it comes to like abusive couples.
Big time.
So like in this case, I did like it. I think you know obviously they should have spoken to Smithy before the fucking wedding. But this is sitcom rules, so that's not dramatic enough.
The thing is, right, like. They've come this far. They've spent all this money on the wedding. In real life, you have to wait until after the honeymoon and then tell your best mate to get a divorce. Like, you can't be doing it on the wedding day. Such poor form. Like, you got to do it either before or after, not during.
If I had a partner that you didn't fuck with, when would you tell me?
Probably, I don't know. How often am I seeing this person? Only if it affects me, basically.
Okay. So, like, if it didn't affect you, like, if I just, like, kind of, like, so I've told you things, and you're like, that sounds like a terrible relationship, but it never affected you, would you just never tell me?
Well, okay, yeah. If you told me, like... Well, yeah, as soon as you tell me that they're being a shit person, I'll be like, wait, so what do you see in this person?
Okay.
Yeah, there's a different I feel like the timeline is different if based off of like why you don't like them. If you don't like them because you guys have different interests and he kind of pisses you off, then that's different than I don't like him because he's like abusive.
Yeah, I
guess.
All right, but yeah, the wedding ceremony starts, and yeah, it's a very cute ceremony, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. I think like this is a really beautiful setup.
Yeah.
It's very it looks very nice. Her dress is beautiful. Yeah,
She looks very nice in her dress. Whatever, fuck you. Anyone can make a wedding dress look good. You're not special.
Pierce has the exact same dress, and he's like, I wore it better.
Exactly.
I have a note that Smithy's too neutral about Sonia entering.
Oh,
He's
really?
too like, yep, I'm getting married to Sonia. I just, show some fucking emotion, brother.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that.
I thought he at least like gave her a nice smile or something. Like
Yeah, it
really
seemed pleased rather than like I'm about to get married to the love of my life.
Right.
I feel like
okay.
I'm someone who doesn't like emote very much, so like maybe I just don't read that much into
I feel like
stuff
Smithy
that.
emotes a lot though.
Yeah, exactly.
He's always hitting the emotes on Fortnite.
Exactly. Like I am like, adapting this to like Smithy's usual behavior.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's way too chill about this. He's way too fine with the fact that he's getting married.
But when she gets to the front, right, she instantly reminds us that she's a cunt. Like, why are you wearing those shoes? Oh, fuck, why are you wearing that stupid ugly dress? No one likes that dress.
No, for real, I never liked it.
Yeah, exactly.
I do like so. Gavin is in earshot this whole time, and he's just trying to like keep a neutral face.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, man. But then it's time for Neil the baby to go up and sing and play the guitar. Yeah. And I love how like the officiant or whatever is like, Neil the baby is going to be coming up and performing some music.
This officiant. I love this officiant. She's the best.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. Yeah.
And a bit before that, she says something about like love is a mystery, but we all love a mystery. And I was like, she's a Neil and Nessa shipper. She's talking about how life is complicated and shit. To me, that was her saying, "I've watched Gavin and Stacey. You should dump Sonia."
Sorry, I skipped over that note. But yeah, when she was like, she even says like, "This wedding isn't just about these people. This wedding is about you and your support for them." I was like, this person is psychic. Like,
this person has been watching the finale with us.
This person is like when those people like on the Truman Show like break on set and they're like, Truman, you're being recorded.
But then we get an absolutely just jaw-dropping cover of Blackbird from Neil the Baby. I think it's so beautiful. I love it.
You've mentioned to me before that you really like this song, and now I guess I know why.
Oh no, I've always liked this song.
Okay, good.
Yeah, this is a good song.
And see, Smithy shows more emotion while listening to which obviously like it's pride, but like if this is how much emotion he shows for his son singing a wedding song, you would think that like if he loved with like obviously like we know that it's a bad relationship, but if he actually was marrying someone that he loved, he would have shown more emotion when that person walked in the room. I guess is
Smithy he's moved to tears by the performance, and it's hard to say exactly what he's thinking. Like whether he's thinking about Nessa at all at this point, but even if not, it's like it's very beautiful. He's got such a look of pride on his face for his son. I love it.
And also in this montage, Nessa's closing up her arcade, I think.
Yeah, is she closing the shutters on the arcade for the last time? I'm gonna fucking cry, man.
Did they use this in the trailer?
No, the trailer was very, very good. The trailer was I think you only saw scenes up until Mamma Mia. I think that was the last. That was
okay.
The Mamma Mia scene was in the trailer.
I felt the her closing up the arcade felt very like trailer shot.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But I feel like that would have, I don't know, bit of a spoiler. But yeah, it's good shit. She's packing up and heading to Southampton.
And so now basically we get the moment of the episode, right?
Yeah, this is it. We have if anyone thinks they shouldn't get married, declare it now moment. And there is a funny bit where just after the officiant says that Mick just says to Pam, like through gritted teeth, he's like, "Oh, don't you fucking dare say a word."
Yeah.
It's good shit.
And that's basically directly mirrors the season 3 finale, right?
Kind of. I mean, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, the officiant was like, "Does anyone want to say anything?" And no one says anything, and he like makes a little joke and moves on, and then that's when Smithy bursts in.
Yeah.
We kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, basically.
They have a "Oh Captain, my Captain" moment where everybody just starts protesting.
And this is where I was like, okay, I understand that.
Okay,
like,
so
it's not going to be
wait.
it's not going to be a parallel to the other. Yeah.
Hold on, back up a little bit. So it starts.
Yes.
I think we should probably just take this one like second.
Yeah,
by
we
second.
could go
So
through it bit
starts-
by bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it starts. So the officiant is like, no one objects. Sweet, like that's the hard part. Like let's move on.
Yeah.
And then she asks Gavin to bring up the rings. Gavin walks towards the couple, and then he's like, all right, sick. Actually, I don't want you guys to get married.
Yeah, like when he goes up with the rings, you're like, holy shit, they're actually gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
But then at the very, very last second, Gavin turns around and he says sorry, and we all breathe a sigh of relief as we see what's coming. And he tells Smithy, like, you're making a mistake, and Sonia instantly gets very annoyed about this interruption. And,
I mean, you would.
Yeah, of course. Don't get me wrong. But Smithy is a bit like a deer in the headlights here. He's completely blindsided by it. And initially, like, the officiant or the registrar or whatever is like, okay, all right, Smithy, Sonia, do you want to continue with the wedding, having heard what Gavin has to say?
Yeah.
And Smithy is like, yeah, all right, let's carry on. Until big man Bryn stands up and he's like, fucking, you sure about this, Smithy? You should listen to Gav. And from there, Bryn starts like a chain reaction. Then it's Stacey, then it's Pete.
Yeah. So up until that moment, I was like expecting like Nessa's gonna be the one to do it, to like bring it full circle. And I guess my note was that, you know, I was like, I guess this is cute too. I was like, I do enjoy this. I am surprised that it wasn't just Nessa. But you know, when something's too predictable as well, it kind of takes the fun out of it. So I did enjoy this scene. I thought it was very cute, the way that everybody stood up and Smithy's still not quite convinced, and he glances over at Mick, and Mick's like, oh, okay, if I don't stand up, Smithy's gonna go through this wedding, so he stands up as well.
This
thought
is
that was
fucking
very cute.
Yeah.
Basically, the officiant is like, right, you know, shut up, and basically just stand up if you.
I love this officiant. This is like, this has to be like one of the craziest weddings she's ever officiated, and she's just like cool as a cucumber. She's like, all right, I got a system in place for how we can do this.
Like, if you think Sonia and Smithy shouldn't be getting married, then stand up. And this, for me, best moment of the episode, and possibly the best moment of the entire show. Like, everyone slowly starts standing up as the music swells, and after a minute, after everyone is stood up except Mick, who's sort of sitting there looking he's looking very stoic, almost like he's sort of running calculations in his head, like weighing the pros and cons of standing up. And Smithy stops and he waits for him, and he asks Mick, like, what are you doing? And that little moment where he asks for Mick's advice, it never fails to make me just start sobbing. It's so pure.
It's really nice.
Like, Mick has always been such a rock and a voice of reason for everyone in this show. And seeing his opinion being so strongly valued, it's just wonderful to watch. I love it.
Yeah.
And then just Sonia just keeps being Sonia about it.
Yeah. So
Sonia's
not. So to Sonia, all these people are just like being nuisances. It's just like a bunch of like irrational, like Smithy hanger-oners, like doing their thing. And so she's like, all right, like let's everyone sit down. Let's do these vows. And then all right, and then maybe you can talk us through exactly what they say, because I don't have it written down word for word, but I'm guessing you got it in the brain.
So when Mick stands up, Sonia's like, how can you not want to marry me? Like, you're punching way above your weight. Oh, sorry, she says, like, everyone says you're always punching above your weight. And Smithy comes back at her with, like, this is the first time. Yeah, this is the first time we see Smithy sort of hit back at Sonia with, I don't say that. You're the one that's always saying that. And it's so cathartic seeing this, man. Like I was saying before about toxic relationships, they're hard to spot when you're in them. And Smithy is starting to put the pieces together. It's just so well done. Yeah. And I do, honestly, I want to read this line verbatim. I've got it written down. Yeah. It's Smithy basically interrupts Sonia while she's on a rant. And he goes, I don't think you love me. I don't think I love you. I don't think this is what love is. I think we're just going along with it. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, how can you write something so simple but is so brilliant in the moment? I love it.
Yeah.
And then we get probably the most iconic line of the episode, where Sonia tells Smithy, like, she says, you're never going to find anyone better than me. And he just sort of, he says to himself more than anything, I already did 17 years ago in Leicester Square. What a fucking line. Absolute belter. When James and Ruth wrote that, right, it was like that gif of the flame coming out of the quill, you know?
It's very cute. And so thus begins a classic
And so now
rom-com.
they gotta go find Nessa. Yeah, they gotta go find Nessa.
Smithy asks Bryn, like, what time's she leaving? And Bryn tells him the time, and then, don't know whether you guys caught onto this, we pan over to Neil the baby, who says, she's leaving from Southampton. Like, he's got so much hope on his face and in his voice. Like, this boy wants his parents to get together. It's so good.
It's very cute.
They run down the aisle, bound for Southampton, followed closely by the rest of the family, and it's just, oh, what a scene. What a scene, man.
So this is stupid, but I want to bring it up. So they're all on Dave from Dave's Coaches' bus, right?
Yes.
I even wrote down the timestamp in case you guys asked me about it. 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 30 seconds in. Mick and Pam are on the bus. Pam has her hand on the seat, and she has hot pink nail polish. It looks like Mick has hot pink nail polish. And when the scene started and I saw that, I was like, I thought it was Mick's hand, and I was like, that's such a weird detail to add into the scene.
I gotta see this. Hang on, let me find it. Hang on.
I couldn't wait to bring this up.
I'm at 1:24:30.
Okay, so it's around that time. Just wait for them to pan to Mick.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I'll just send a screenshot. It's so silly. Fully visual gag that won't be able to be included.
Well, audience at home, it's 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 30-ish seconds. Start there, and then just wait for when it
That's very good.
When you see
That's
Mick
so
talking.
stupid. I do like how Nessa is listening to a cassette player. It's very retro, very Nessa. Like, she's not got an iPod or anything. She's got an actual cassette player. Very cool.
I clocked that as well.
But they're on the way to Southampton, and they end up hitting traffic, and they drive through a field. It's a bit of a silly little scene. It's whatever, you know.
Well, hold on. We should set up for more casual listeners. So we should set up. So basically, they're all like, "How are we? We all want to be there to like see Nessa. How are we all going to get there? Like, she's leaving really soon. How can we get there?" They're like, "Oh, we'll take Dave's bus." So they get on the bus, and then did we go through all that? Did I zone out? No,
we didn't go through that. We've sort of skipped over that when May brought up the nail polish.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now we're at the bus, and the bus unfortunately is stuck in traffic.
Yeah, and Bryn has a Samsung Galaxy S5, which is fun.
Yeah.
And he calls it his Samsung Galaxy S5.
Really
I wrote a note that it was a nice little plug. A nice little ad break in the middle of the episode.
I don't think that was product placement. There's no way that's product placement.
Okay.
No way.
Do you think the KFC, do you think they got money for that?
I don't know, because the product placement laws in the UK are very strict. Like, there has to be... Yeah, I don't know, maybe they've been loosened in the last few years or so, but at least they used to be very strict. So maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But I seriously doubt it was the Samsung. Like, the Samsung Galaxy S5 is like a 20-year-old phone.
Yeah, I guess I'm used to this, because it does say S5. I learned yesterday that the numbers correspond to the years that they came out. And right. these notes were written before then. So I think had I known it when I was writing the notes, maybe I wouldn't have made that comment.
According to my Samsung Galaxy S5. But yeah, Ness arrives at the docks, and I love how much respect all the workers there have for her. That are all like, Ness, the best sailor we've ever had. It's good shit.
Yes.
But everyone else arrives. And Dave calls Gwen Sugar Tits, which is very funny.
Yeah. He's recycling the nicknames.
Yeah, good on him, I say. It's a good nickname. You can use it on anyone.
So it cuts back and forth between these two groups, like, and then they sort of like realize why the fuck haven't we tried calling Nessa.
Yes,
and,
right.
And yes, I had that note like at least 3 times before they said that, and so it felt real cathartic for me when they said it.
Yeah, this why didn't we call her thing? I think this is the closest thing to a fourth wall break we've had in the entire show. I think it's very funny. It also sort of points once again to what I said before. What I've been saying for these entire 2 specials is that the show doesn't really work in this year. Like, the whole plot of racing Nessa to the shipyard feels right at home for Gavin and Stacey as a show. Yeah. But anyone in the real world would have just called Nessa and told her to wait, especially in 2024. Yeah. Like, saying that, like, I know that, like, the same thing would have probably happened in 2009. Like, phones did exist back then. But it would have been way easier to hand-wave it 20 years ago. Whereas now, it's a massive plot hole that they have to draw attention to. Like, these characters are from 2008, and if they'd changed alongside the rest of the world and grown into 2024 versions of themselves, they wouldn't be as likable and familiar. And because the likability and familiarity of the characters is the main draw of the show wouldn't be what it is anymore.
Yeah. It's clearly like an intentional joke as well, because they could have, if they really just wanted to fix the plot hole and have like a plot hole-less episode, they could have just been like, oh no, her phone's dead, and then that's it.
Exactly.
And you know, but like clearly they leaned into it a little bit, and that was really funny.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. I do think it's funny. It's a funny little gag there, where it's like, that didn't even cross my mind. Like, what is wrong with us? I love it. But they spot Nessa and they all run over, and Smithy steps up and he first of all he apologizes for leaving her hanging in 2019. Says that he wasn't ready back then, but he is now, and he asks her to ask him again. Yeah.
And Nessa says, boss ass bitch.
When she said that, my jaw dropped, right? I was like, oh man, are they gonna fuck us like this? Like, I couldn't believe it. Yeah. But no. Of course not. Smithy goes and he talks to her again, and he has this one beautiful line where he says, I don't know what it is or why it is or when this thing that was nothing became something and right now is everything, but it did. It's good shit. You know what? James and Ruth can write, let me tell you.
You know what's really cool about this scene as well is that, like, throughout the show, not like every single time he's talked about her, but like every now and again, Smithy will make some sort of allusion that him and Nessa are like a fluke that's happening to them, as opposed to like something that they're like, he like oftentimes if he sleeps with her, it'll be because he's like drunk, and especially in the first episode he was like, I can't believe I did that shit, or when he stopped Nessa's wedding with Dave from Dave's Coaches, he was like, I don't understand you, most of the time you disgust me, I don't get what's going on here, but this time it was like he specifically had to be like, no, this is what I want, because Nessa wouldn't just do it for him, I guess. So it was very nice. It was very satisfactory in the sense that he couldn't like keep doing that whole like, I don't understand how this is happening between us, and like we're accidentally sleeping together sort of like running bit that he'd been doing.
Yeah. On that note, he says like, I've always loved you, and then he sort of stops himself and he's like, well, I mean, I haven't always loved you, but you get the point. Like, not always, but most of the time. It's good. And at this point, this is the point where he drops to one knee and he asks her to marry him. And we get a shot of Nessa who cracks a tiny smile as Stephen Fretwell's run starts to... I
thought they were going to close it out like that. I was like, I thought it was going to be another inconclusive ending.
I don't know. I feel like if they'd ended it there, I feel like that would have been conclusive. Like, the way Nessa smiled, like, she was going to say yes. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like
unless she's like, oh, I get to get him back for 5 years.
I'm about to fuck up this guy's whole day.
This is crazy. This is 5 years in the making.
You left your girlfriend for me.
I also have a note that like it's very cool that like the two main couples of the show when it comes to like main characters are Gavin and Stacey and Smithy and Nessa, and they're very different in terms of like Gavin and Stacey are like a couple that like got together extremely quickly, and that was the whole bit, whereas Nessa and Smithy are the exact opposite, where it took like 17 years for them to get together. And it's cool that neither couple is seen as being like more valid
or loving than the other one. It's just very cool how you get like different types of relationships on this show, I guess.
You're
very
absolutely
different types of relationships.
Yeah. That's so true, man. Like it's such a varied show, which, you know, life is varied, and I suppose that's how they make it so familiar, is because they don't just make it lowest common denominator shit. They have like very specific stuff in there. I love it.
Yeah.
But the episode doesn't end there. We transition to Smithy and Nessa's wedding, and there's one imperfection I have here, which is that they're saying their vows or whatever, and she's like, I, Vanessa Shanessa Jenkins, take you, Neil Noel Edmund Smith. And that is not Smithy's name as far as we know. That's Neil the baby's name. They put the wrong name in.
That's really funny.
Yeah, like that's Neil Noel Edmund Smith is Neil the baby's name, and I can't believe they fucking overlooked that. They're usually so good with attention to detail like that, but they just got the wrong fucking name.
How do you wait? What if Smithy? Do we know Smithy's middle name?
No, we don't. But right, okay.
So do we have confirmation that it's not Noel Edmund?
We don't. But Gavin freaked. Okay, so this is it. We don't have confirmation, but this is the one question I would want to ask Ruth Jones and James Corden more than anything else, to be honest, because it doesn't seem like it would be something they would make a mistake with. So are they saying that's Smithy's actual name and he just never told Gavin? Because remember in the christening episode, Gavin was taking the piss out of Neil the baby for having Noel Edmonds as his middle name. So if Smithy also had that same middle name, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm sure it's just a mistake, but they're so good with that stuff normally. It's weird. Yeah. But they do look good in their wedding outfits, I think.
Yeah.
And you may kiss the bride.
We're not fucking doing it.
Yeah. Have you guys noticed this, that Smithy and Nessa never kiss?
No, but that's crazy.
I think they alluded to it at one point, early in the show, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But they never kiss because James and Ruth are just such good friends. They didn't want to kiss, so they wrote the characters to never kiss. It's fun. They shake hands, big smile, big hug. I love it. So, what did you guys think of the fact that they ended up getting together?
Well, before that, Gavin gives a toast. Is a piece of toast.
Oh yeah, we've got the montage to come.
Oh, okay. If you're going to do a finale, I get where May's coming from with not wanting a conclusive ending, but I feel like if you're gonna call an episode the finale, you want a finale, you want that ending. So I feel like this, when I thought they were gonna leave it a little open with we don't actually see Nessa say yes to Smithy, I was a little disappointed. I was like, well, I thought we were gonna get kind of more of a finale and a happily ever after ending. So I am happy with where they left it with the ending montage.
Yeah, I have more notes on the ambiguity. But yeah, so then we just get a masterpiece of a montage of the wedding reception with Run playing over the top. I love this montage so much. Everyone's drinking and dancing and singing and laughing and crying. Beautiful. Yeah. And then the family photo. What a moment. Love this ending with everyone sort of sat there and only took him 17 years. What a lovely little little ending. So that's the end of the episode. Do we have any other notes?
I'll see you guys in 2029.
Okay. I want to talk about the ambiguity of the ending, or lack thereof, that you mentioned, May.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this ending is probably a little bit less ambiguous than the other two quote-unquote endings that we got, right? The season 3 finale and the 2019 special I'm talking about. But what I will say is I still think this is an ambiguous ending. I think it's ambiguous. The ending we get here is essentially, and they all lived happily ever after, right?
Yeah.
But the thing about Gavin and Stacey, and one of the key things that I and so many other people love so much about it, is these characters living happily ever after is what we've been watching this whole time. We've just been watching normal people living their lives, and the show is basically ends by saying to us they're going to keep doing all the things that they've been doing this whole time, but you won't be around to see it. And that just feels wonderful, satisfying, nice and ambiguous to me. I feel like that.
But I don't have any questions though. I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna get married and they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like, I liked the ending. Don't get me wrong. It's just like I preferred the ones that ended up being ambiguous. So to go like okay, this is the finale. It's ambiguous. Okay, this is the real finale. It's ambiguous. And then actually this is the real finale, and you get all of your questions answered. I would have preferred a more ambiguous one where I actually have questions after the fact. Where it feels like I got a glimpse into this family, but I'm not gonna get a glimpse into like how it ends up going after the show ends. Now it's like I'm not gonna know what happens after the show ends to this family, but like I can gather what's gonna happen. I guess I can use my brain and like make guesses.
Like the thing is, like the stories that we've been being told this whole time, like they're still gonna be carrying on. Like it's like if Doctor Who ended mid-series. That's what it's like. It's like we might as well be mid-series right now. Like this is just people's lives. Like sure, it was a big day, and we ended on the end of a big moment in their lives, but their lives are going to continue, and we're not going to get to see it. I feel like that's ambiguous.
But you can say that about any ending then. Then any ending is ambiguous because technically you know that they're going to keep going with their lives after the finale, unless all the characters die.
I'm more with May that like they've answered all the questions, like all the tension has been resolved. I guess you could say like Dave and Gwen is a little bit of a hanging thread, but like all the character tensions that had been set up have basically been resolved. Like you could create new ones, like in like real life there would be new ones, but all the story arcs have come to natural conclusions, except I guess maybe Gwen and Dave.
I don't know. I still don't buy it. I feel like the beauty of it is that no matter where you end it, it's going to be ambiguous because the stories are so real. Like we're not seeing like it's not like Breaking Bad.
But how would you write a conclusive ending to Gavin and Stacey?
I don't think you can. I think that's the point.
Yeah,
you can't write conclusive
endings.
This
is as conclusive as an ending as they could have written. Do we agree on that, or is like
without all the characters dying? Yeah, I agree. I think. Well, I think so. I think we basically like it's one of the most conclusive endings they could have written. Yeah,
but then sure. I don't think that would be. I know you fuck with Gavin, so you must disagree with me here, but I don't think that's independent to Gavin. I think any sitcom where like it's a situational comedy where like stuff happens to the characters and there's like a sort of running thread, like Friends. Like, is it ambiguous if it ends with like if it ends the way that it ends because we don't know what happens to the friends after that episode? I wouldn't think so.
I would say, okay, all right. So maybe that's just a difference between us then, because I would call Friends. I would say Friends has a pretty ambiguous ending. Like,
okay, so it's just we have different definitions of ambiguous.
I guess so. Yeah. All right. Well, that was an interesting discussion. Do we have anything else that you want to bring up?
No, other than I think, well, I disagree with Pierce about his definition of ambiguous, but I think I agree more with Pierce that I think this is a very fitting ending for the show.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I think it just comes down to personal preference. I just really like an ambiguous ending. So, like...
Good thing this ending is ambiguous, though, right?
No.
I'm having a hard time articulating why it is that I like this ending as opposed to an ambiguous ending. But, like, for example, like... I don't know, has that been long enough that I can spoil the ending of The Good Place? The Good Place has an ambiguous ending. And
I agree with that.
That is very, very fitting to the show. Like, I can't really think of a way to end The Good Place where you give like a conclusive answer to what happens to the characters.
Yeah, I think this thesis of The Good Place makes it that the ending has to be ambiguous for it to be satisfying.
Yeah, because it's a show about the afterlife, and it's about here's an angle to come at it from. So like The Good Place is a show about the afterlife, which is something that we as humans inherently don't have answers for. So there's no way to write a satisfying conclusion to The Good Place that's not ambiguous, because like the showrunners just don't have that knowledge about the universe to give like a conclusive answer to what happens to the characters. Whereas I feel like Gavin and Stacey is a much smaller scale, like if they just left it like, oh, we don't know if Nessa and Smithy got married, like I would feel like kind of like they just forgot to write that bit, you know, like
I think
Yeah, I get you.
I think my opinion would be different if we hadn't already had two sort of finales that leaned into the ambiguity of it, where it seems to me like I really liked the fact that it was ambiguous, and then I really liked the fact that it was even more ambiguous when they redid it. So then when I have those expectations and then they make another finale and then that one sort of answers any question I would probably have, I would have preferred an ambiguous ending. But again, I like the finale. I don't have like I sound like I'm bitching, but like I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, this is all in good faith.
Yeah,
no, fair enough. But on that bombshell, it is time for the final three good things.
Oh shit!
For those of you who might not know, how the fuck would you not know by this point? It's been 22 fucking episodes.
I just want to know their opinions on the finale. I don't care about these people otherwise.
The end of each episode, we each like to share a good thing that's happened to us recently, and just leave the episode and the show, I guess, on a high note. I guess I'll go first. So
yeah.
I've been thinking about this final good thing for months. Like, should I do something dumb and sentimental and be like, my good thing is that I made a fun podcast or whatever? But no, I'm going to stick to the principle of three good things.
Okay.
And just say that I really enjoyed that Pepsi Max that I had earlier. It was really nice.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What is your three good thing, Ari?
My family's been on a post-Christmas road trip this week, and I stayed behind for some work stuff. And they brought me back some really nice chocolates from the road trip.
Oh, hell yeah. What kind of chocolates?
That's like, like the kind you get like at a chocolate shop where it's like different fillings and stuff. So like the two I've tried so far were like, I think one was mint and one was like a kind of bourbon thing.
Oh, heavy, man. Love that. Do you fuck with dark chocolate? I fucking hate dark chocolate.
Yeah, I like all chocolate. Like I know a lot of people don't like white chocolate very much. But I enjoy pretty much any chocolate.
Fucking sophisticated palate. Get out of here. May, what's your good thing?
Kind of a cop out. I just had a really good holiday period. I got some really cool gifts. I got to see some families to a more intense degree than I would have for the past few years. So it was like the first year in like a while where we really got to like spend time with each other and like enjoy each other's company more than usual. And I just like time with both sides of the family. Some really cool sloth themed gifts. Some really cool not sloth themed gifts. I had a great time.
Awesome, man. What was your favorite sloth themed gift?
Okay, well, because my favorite one is it's the sloth plushie that has like really heavy arms, so like it wraps around your neck and it just like becomes like a weighted sloth, and it's very cool.
That's fucking sick. Nice. But we received a lovely little bunch of emails for the final episode, so if you don't mind, I'd like to read them out to you both.
Of course.
The first one is from someone I've actually never heard of. Someone called, so I might be spelling this wrong, Quentin. You guys know this person?
He sounds hot.
Quentin says, bonjour, howdy, and LOLO to you all. I'm being inclusive.
Oh, howdy. So I understand that word.
Yeah, there we go.
Like
I understood the LOLO one. I didn't understand the other two.
I understood bonjour. It's like a French thing, right?
He says, I have a rather simple question. Who is your official Gavin and Stacey Shag, Marry, Kill? You can use any character that has appeared on Gavin and Stacey the show. I think he's listed his one below. He's done Kill Dick Powell, and he's explained you shouldn't be named that. Right? Hashtag mercy killing. Marry Bryn, brackets of course, and Shag Nessa, apparently it's life changing. Anyway, as they say in Gavin and Stacey, bye, Quentin. Who's your Gavin and Stacey Shag, Marry, Kill?
I think I'd marry Gwen because she just seems like such a lovely person. I'd also shag Nessa because again, it's supposed to be life changing.
It's gotta be in it.
And I'd kill. I know, like the obvious answer is Smithy, but I don't think it'd be Smithy. I think it'd be Sonia.
Oh my god, that's character growth. I love that. Yeah, love that. Ari, what about you?
I'm still gonna kill Smithy.
Oh fuck, we didn't get her. Damn it.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, for posterity, you've
Get
got
one
to...
last one in.
Mary Gwen is a good shout. But then, you know who I was disappointed? I should have brought this up earlier in the episode. You know, I was disappointed to not see was Dino, my king.
Yeah, that's true. I was disappointed not to see Dino as well.
Yeah.
But I guess you can't win them all.
Oh well. I don't know if he fits into any of the categories though. I just want to be like friends with him. All right, I'll go Mary Gwen, kill Smithy, shag. I guess I gotta go Nessa.
Yeah, I think. I would also shag Nessa. I'd marry Mick and I'd kill Sonia. There you go.
Nice.
Sick. We fucking did it.
The next email is from the Pickle.
Hell yeah.
And Pickle says, "Well, you guys did it. The fishing trip is over, but wasn't this all a little unnecessary?" And he sent a photo of like a fish market with like a bunch of dead fish. So I think he's,
Okay.
I think what he's getting at is that we killed all the fish.
Yeah.
So sorry for killing the fish.
Yeah.
He's
Sorry.
like, I'm at the shops right now. I could have just picked you up something. Thanks, Pickle. That's it. That's the whole email.
Yeah. That's off.
We've got another email here from C, who says, "Hi gang. Seeing as we're coming to the end of Gavin and Stacey, I thought I'd finally write in just to say thank you for giving me the chance to revisit and reappreciate the iconic show. It has been so lovely to see the show simultaneously with fresh eyes and through a nostalgic lens with you all. So thanks for all the laughs, and if you decide to do a pod on any other silly little telly show, I'll see you there. Sending good vibes with much gratitude, C." That's lovely, wasn't it? That's a really nice little email. I love that.
Yeah, thank you, C.
Thank you so much, C. Yeah. Cheers. We'll talk probably a little bit about what we're going to be doing later, in a bit.
Yeah.
But the next email is from Goose, who says, "Dear Judge," so the title is, "Am I the arsehole for lying to my boyfriend about not having seen the series finale?" So this is an "Am I the arsehole" question, right?
Okay,
Here we
alright,
go.
I'm locked in.
Yeah.
"Dear Judge, Jury, and Executioner, you may decide who is who." All right, who's who? Judge, Jury, Executioner.
May is judge, right? May
Sick.
is
Yeah, I
lawyer.
guess so. Lawyer. Can I be Executioner?
I'll be. Oh, okay. You could be executioner.
Yes.
But hold on. I'm jury though, which means like my opinion is weighted the highest for.
Yeah, I guess so.
Deciding the asshole. Okay.
There you go. All right.
Sorry, really quick. Every time I hear judge, jury, and executioner, I think of that bit from Hot Fuzz. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
I don't know. I don't know that.
Where it's at the end with a big reveal, which I won't spoil, but Simon Pegg is like, this guy, like, he's made himself judge, jury, and executioner, and Nick Frost is like, but I don't want him to be judge, jury, and executioner.
There are so many amazing little gags in that movie. I love it. In all three of those movies, to be honest. Right. So Goose says, "I brackets 23F and my boyfriend brackets 23M both enjoy showing each other our favourite TV shows that the other hasn't seen. When he discovered in late 2024 that all I knew about Gavin and Stacey was that mega cunt James Corden liked his booners, he decided this needed to be rectified. We managed to binge series 1 and 2 in my short stay at his house before I went home. Now normally, while we're apart, we watch TV in sync while on call. However, we had other shows that we were watching, and he wanted to save Gavin and Stacey for when we can cuddle on the sofa. Brackets cringe, am I right? It's very cringe, yes, very gross. People in love, it's disgusting.
No. Anybody in a couple, am I right? Except for me, right, guys?
Goose goes on to say, since we live 4 hours apart by train and I'm an impatient goose, I binged it without him just in time to catch the special when it aired on Christmas. Oh, okay. Upon returning to his house in January, he mentioned he'd deliberately not caught up with the finale so we could make a cute evening of it with a takeaway.
Oh.
I didn't have the heart to tell him I'd already seen it, as he would then have not wanted to watch it, and the man looked so excited. I then had to sit through all the episodes we hadn't seen together while he bigged up shock moments and watched for my reaction, requiring me to pull mediocre acting skills out of my arse as to not blow my cover. He was immediately suspicious, but instead of owning up to my guilt, I played it off as being distracted by stress over my finals.
Can I just interrupt really quick and say I'm like so invested in this. I'm like here with my popcorn waiting to see how this plays out.
Right. Goose says, am I in the wrong for letting him think we were sharing a magic moment? Am I doomed to spend eternity in shackles forged from my sins like Marley and Marley from the epic tale of Muppet's Christmas Carol? If I own up, I don't think he would take the deceit very well, as this man still treats that one time I lied that there was no food in my fridge because I wanted to get a Chinese, as though I scorned his bloodline. This will likely stay with me till the grave, brackets, unless he discovers this podcast, brackets, that would be a diabolical way for him to find out. Yours shamefully, Goose. Right, what do we reckon?
I was gonna say you should send him a link to this episode and like a timestamp, but I guess that's not an option.
Since my opinion is most important, I think you're the asshole, but I've also done something very similar to this, which I'll elaborate on after you give your opinions.
I don't know, it's a grey area, man. Like, if he bought it, like, whatever, it's a white lie. Like, you made him feel good.
Yeah, no, I think, I think our only option here is the death penalty because we only have an executioner. But in the real world, I feel like this would be like a minor misdemeanor crime.
Yeah, slap on the wrist kind of thing.
Yeah.
I will say it's too late now. It's too late now.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can't tell him now.
The window of time for you to admit it has passed, and you just have to live with that guilt and let that be your punishment for watching it without it.
So I did something very similar. I think it was less bad though. So my dad and I, when I first started watching Doctor Who, I watched it with my dad. But my dad wasn't really into, like, he wasn't really into it. Like, we just kind of had like a routine of like watching TV together. So like I was like, this is my new favorite show. Like, this is the best thing ever. My dad was like, yeah, well, like I'll watch whatever. But I did, as it became my favorite TV show, like around season 5, I started like doing some research on Doctor Who and like reading up on the internet and realized that the 50th anniversary was about to air.
Oh, okay.
Or no, not the season 8 premiere was about to air with the new Doctor. And I was like, I really want to watch that live on TV. But we were on season 5 and we had like, I don't know, a month before the next season. Like, we only watched one episode a day. I was like, we're never gonna make it. So I started pirating the episodes on my iPad at night, like binge through them.
I'm watching them at night,
but I wasn't allowed to have screens after bedtime, so I couldn't tell it what I was doing. So I just had to like pretend I was watching the episodes for the first time, and then that went on for like months because I watched like 3 seasons like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he really. I never came clean about it. But I don't think he really cared. Like, he wasn't that invested in Doctor Who.
I feel like what Goose could do in this scenario is like to make a positive out of a negative.
Yeah.
She could say this is like a nice little juicy hand grenade that she has here in her hand. Like, she can, if her boyfriend ever becomes like a dick, she could just throw this at him and be like, yeah, well, I fucking watched all of season 3 of Gavin and Stacey without you, so fuck you. Yeah. And that will crush him. And he will never date again.
You're so right.
I say that the window is closed, but there will be other windows in the future. Not only the one that Pierce has mentioned, which is the classic, I'm in a fight, let's unload everything I've ever done wrong now so it's done. But there's also the classic, we've been together for 10 years, how hilarious is this?
Oh, yeah. That's true.
But yeah, okay, so I'm jury. I say guilty. Like, yeah, I think you're the asshole.
I don't know, I think innocent. Fuck it.
I think guilty, but like minorly, and there will be windows to rectify this, but you can't just say it now. You have to wait for the right time.
I think in a black and white scenario, guilty, but like obviously this is like a minor crime.
I'm the executioner, so I'm not going to be swinging the axe. So
This is it's horrendous how little you guys know about how the fucking legal system works.
I knew I should have been the executioner. I was about to volunteer to be the executioner, and then I wanted to be nice.
The level at which, like, the amount of shit that, like, it's just blatant misunderstanding of, like, what a jury does, what an executioner does, and what a judge. And I've been going along with it. I'm having a good time, but I just want you guys to know that this is fucking insane.
Does the jury not decide guilty or not guilty?
They do. But an executioner, it isn't just the person that kills somebody. Like, executioners exist where the death penalty is illegal, brother. And the jury can't just decide whatever they want.
I'm going to be so real. I didn't know that. I thought the executioner was just someone who swings an axe.
No, they execute the punishment, whether that's bringing them to jail or, like...
Oh, that's so boring.
It's not a one person, it's a general... like, execution, the execution of it could just be, like, a fine.
Oh, that sucks, man. It would be so cool. Like, if you were an executioner, you'd be able to say, I'm an executioner, and everyone would think you kill people. Like, no one knows that. I feel like you know that, May, but no one else knows that.
But, like, they're not usually called like... It's a general term for the person who... It could be, like, the court bailiff that's, like, kicking them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the job title isn't going to be executioner unless you are killing the person.
Right, I get you. Well, thank you, Goose. I really appreciate you. Yeah. That was lovely.
I hope your relationship survives this situation.
I hope it doesn't, so you get to throw that grenade.
I hope he doesn't find this podcast.
The next email that we have is from Rach. And Rach says, just wanted to drop a note to say that this podcast has instantly rocketed to the top of my all-time faves, and I'll miss it. But thanks so much for all the entertainment. Regarding this episode, the Dave reveal was one of my all-time favourite TV moments. He genuinely is my favourite character.
Rach goes to bat hard for Dave. Is that correct?
Yeah,
is that
for real. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah. Rach goes on to say he genuinely is my favourite character in the show. Brackets tied with Nessa, I think. Stefan Rodri's line deliveries are exceptional. That's true. He delivers lines like no one else can.
Yeah, he's very good.
After his absence in 2019, I was so hyped to see him back. I remember watching with my family as that scene played out and locking eyes with my brothers in excitement as we realised he was about to step out. And the fact that he gets to save the day and volunteers to help Smithy get Nessa, rather than holding any resentment against the two of them. Incredible stuff. Anyway, all the best. And if the three of you podcast anything else together, you can bet I'll be listening. Unless it sucks, of course. Pop whale. Rach.
Unless it sucks.
Thank you, Rach. Appreciate that so much. And I'm sorry for my French pronunciation at the end there.
What did you say? You said something in French? I didn't even pick up. What did you say?
Did I say French? I thought I said Welsh. Okay, it was. I meant to say. If I said French, I meant to say Welsh.
I was like, his pronunciation is so bad that I couldn't even tell it was French.
We've been recording for nearly 4 hours. I'm very tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Welsh. Rach put at the end of our email, Pob Wheel, it's POB space HWYL. So I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that. It's just a bunch of nonsense letters. Am I right, Sonia? The next email is from the one and only Jack. Jack says, "Hi all, Jack brackets #1 Jason West defender here. I hope this comes through in time for the last episode. Once again, love the show, great work, etc., etc. A few things. Firstly, Pierce mentioned that there wasn't a great uproar about Bryn saying the slur during Fairy Tale of New York. However, they actually had about 900 Ofcom complaints, and that's the reason it got redubbed. Brackets, the fact that they chose to cut to a shot of Jason instead feels low-key just as homophobic, but I digress. Apparently, the BBC tried to defend using the slur, saying it wasn't that deep, but changed it anyway. Yeah, I didn't know about this. Apparently...
Was that a quote from the BBC? Did they say it wasn't that deep?
It wasn't that deep, yeah. That's a verbatim quote, I'm sure. I don't know how... So 900 Ofcom complaints, I don't know whether that's a lot of complaints or not. Like... I don't know how many like people are always complaining to Ofcom about stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know whether that's a lot or not, but clearly, Jack knows more about this than me. Yeah, I didn't know that there was a big uproar about it. So, yeah, they changed it. But yeah, Jack goes on to say, secondly, this is a little late really, but I was wondering if you knew about the deleted scene from Series 3, Episode 6, where Jason walks in on Bryn watching a video from the fishing trip. It was cut because the episode was running way too long, but it's still referenced in the episode synopsis on iPlayer. This is where the footage at the very end of the behind-the-scenes documentary comes from. So yeah, in the spoilers for the behind-the-scenes documentary, because you two didn't watch it, but we see clips from the fishing trip at the end of the behind-the-scenes documentary.
And Pierce, how do you feel about the fact that May and I didn't watch this behind-the-scenes documentary?
Disappointed.
Yeah.
Aww.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. I forgot.
I tried. I just really didn't have time. Piersley.
Yeah.
A week before we recorded or something, I said that I maybe got spoiled on something for the finale. I was like, I saw a clip on the Instagram that was like, I thought it was a fan-made video maybe, and it was like the fishing trip. It was that the clip that's being referenced here?
It could. I don't think you sent it to me, but I did think it might be that. So yeah, it was a clip that was on. I didn't know it was part of a deleted scene. So Jack asked a question. I should probably answer it. I didn't know about the deleted scene. Somehow I didn't know. Maybe I did. I just forgotten about it because I had the box set. So I probably did watch it at some point. If it was on the DVD, I probably watched it. But I've just forgotten about it. But yeah, I did know that the fucking thing at the end of the behind the scenes documentary. I knew that came from the DVD extras of Gavin and Stacey. He says, "I will be so sad to see the end of the show, but I've enjoyed it so much. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah.
Thank you for that email. That was really, really nice to read."
Thanks, Jack.
And our last email is from Nat.
Oh hell yeah!
Here we go.
Nat says, "Hello to my favourite international trio. The end of an era. This has been such a fun journey, rewatching the show with all of you. I'm not crying, you're crying. I never really watched the two reunion Christmas specials because they were challenging to get in the States, and I wasn't as big of a fan as Pierce to really hunt them down at the time. When I watch them now in 2025, it's such a fun little time capsule. I remember everyone popping off about them, and now I have the context. Also, apologies, I had a very lovely email written for the 2019 special, but then I forgot to hit send. Whoops. That's fine. Don't worry, Nat. I wanted to know what Ari and May think about Smithy's characterization. It's about Smithy's characterization in these two finale episodes. To me, they used the passage of time to make Smithy appear more mature, but didn't provide much evidence of why he changed other than becoming a parent. As a parent myself, I can say it definitely changes you, but you're still uniquely yourself. I don't know. It was very jarring to me, and it felt like they were trying to make him into a more mature version of himself without telling us how he came to be that way, other than time has passed. I could see the writer's pen a bit too much. Like, we had to like Smithy as much as we like Nessa to really root for them to get together. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree with a lot of that. I will say this has been the first episode where I didn't really dislike Smithy. Like, I didn't.
Oh hell yes! We got her, boys.
Shut up.
We got to the point where she doesn't really dislike him.
Pierce, I'm gonna watch back this whole thing. You better chill out.
Too late.
No.
You already said it.
Yeah, like last episode, I think the only moment I was like, oh, like this character still sucks is like the some of the jokes with Sonia. Where he's like baby talking her. I was like, this is just not funny.
Yeah.
But this episode, he didn't really commit any crimes. I wasn't really thinking about him that much, like other than like
that's true.
Relationship with Nessa. But I do agree with Nat, where like I think we see some of it with him, like we see him very intentionally trying to be a parent. Like I think when he has the baby, like obviously having a baby doesn't make you like change you as a person. Like there's plenty of people, like, especially, like, you know, there's plenty of parents who, like, maybe they have a kid and then, like, they aren't part of their lives and they never really think about them again. Like, just having, the fact that you have a child in existence doesn't change you. But, like, we do see Smithy, like, the wheels kind of turning in him realizing that he does want to be a part of this child's life, like, and, like, realizing that he needs to change some things in order to be that person. But I kind of agree with that, where like we don't see like a lot of specific examples of him. Like, I don't know. I kind of like feel like they do kind of halfway give us that character arc, but I agree with that they could have done more to show us him growing as a person.
That makes sense. Yeah,
they kind of just tell us. They kind of like they have all the other characters comment like, "Wow, Smithy is so much more grown up now." As a lot of it.
Sure, yeah. There's no direct. That's not a verbatim line, but it's that's the point people are getting across.
Yeah.
Mate, do you have any thoughts?
Maybe I'm going to change my mind once I think about this some more, but I always got the impression that what made him grow up a little bit was, of course, like having a kid, because I don't have a kid, so I can't say it, but I know that like having to take care of another human being can like Nat said, it doesn't change your whole personality, but it does sort of change you a little bit. I also got the impression that it was the fact that like when he started the show, he was very much like childish in the sense that like he clearly liked Nessa, but he couldn't admit it. But like throughout the show, it became clearer and clearer that if he wanted Nessa, he could just keep doing that and being like, oh, we're accidentally sleeping together, because he had to stop Nessa's wedding with Dave from Dave's Coaches, and then he had to like sort of chase after her at the end and everything like that. So to me, that grew him up a little bit. And then Sonia not necessarily made him grow up in a good way, but like made him kind of have to be more put together and mature to sort of like appease Sonia and keep her from having like little tantrums about it. So to me, all of that comes from his relationships with other people. I don't think it I don't think it's necessarily like explained like, oh, this is what happened, so Smithy realized this and then this, but I think it's not unrealistic that type of character with the events that we know have happened to him would become a more mature and grown up person by 2024.
Yeah. Nat didn't ask my opinion on this question, so but I'm gonna answer anyway. I think I maybe I'm just not seeing it, but I don't see much. There is a clear difference between Smithy at the end of series 3 and Smithy in 2019, but I don't think it's that much different. Like it just seems like 10 years has passed. And he's just a bit more. He doesn't seem like a completely different person to me at all, or like he doesn't seem like he's drastically matured. He just seems to have matured as you do in 10 years. Like, I don't know. But it would be nice to have seen. It would have been nice to have seen like how that happened. But I suppose maybe that's just a case of we didn't see the last 10 years, and that's the fact of the matter. Like we just don't get to see that. But Nat goes on to say, my other main point about the end of the series is that everyone waits way too late to tell Smithy what a bitch Sonia is. So we started talking about this earlier, but we can finish talking about it now. My philosophy is that you can express your genuine opinion about a friend's partner before major life decisions. For example, if a friend of mine is dating someone I don't like, I mostly keep it to myself as long as they're happy. But if they ever talk about moving in together or getting engaged, then you're damn right I'm going to say something. I was in a horrible relationship for 5 years that also included engagement. When I left that person, everyone came out of the woodwork to tell me how awful they were for me, and I was so angry no one saw fit to say it to me when it really mattered. I get this is for dramatic television's sakes, but still, if someone fat-shamed my friend and also made it clear that they were only in the relationship because they were financially successful, I'd say something immediately. There's a few nice points here. You
shut me down earlier when I was trying to talk about whether when they should have brought this up for Smithy, and I forgot to come back to it. I wanted to come back to it here. Oh, okay. In the email section.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my thoughts on this are like, if you can in a situation like this, like if it's a close friend and they're like making a choice that you don't think is good for them, I think you can express that to them once. You can say like, I really don't I really don't think like this person is good for you. Like I really don't vibe with this person. I don't think they're good for you. You could say that once. And then like could either like be like, oh yeah, I didn't think about it that way, but and then like, or if they're like, nah, like I love this person, you're wrong. Like I think you do have to leave it at that point and be like, okay, like
sure,
it's your life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you can express that opinion once, and in this situation, someone definitely should have. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Nat is right where it's big moments. So I feel like moving in and engagement are the two times you can say it. So I disagree with you, Ari, on once. I feel like you can do it twice, whether it's moving in or an engagement. May, what did you reckon?
It depends on the relationship you have with the person, obviously. I do think that if you express
like if it's if it's like your coworker or something, like maybe
out of
it. Like,
but like
not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah, I do agree that if you express a concern and the person tells you like this is my life, then obviously like you leave it at that and you try to be civil with this person. I think if the only thing you don't like about them is that like, I don't know, they're vegetarian and you don't like vegetarians or some shit, then you never say anything. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? But like, let's go with, it's the case of like Smithy and Sonia, where it's like, it's clearly the beginning of a very abusive relationship. But in that case, I would say like, yeah, major life events, or just express it once if there's no major life events. Like if they never would have gotten married, never would have moved in together, you can express it once. And then major life events, I do think, is like another opportunity where you can do that. Or if they ask you for your opinion, even if you've already expressed, because even if you've already expressed like this person's fucked, and then like 2 years down the line they ask you for your opinion, I wouldn't say that at that point you'd be like, oh, they're okay. No, you can say like, I've told you 2 years ago he sucks. And he still sucks.
He still sucks. Yeah.
But at a certain point, the person's an adult, and you have to be civil with the partners that they choose, and especially with abusive relationships, because oftentimes the first thing an abusive partner will do is try to isolate you from the rest of your family. And if you keep pushing the fact that you don't like this partner, and you keep like bringing it up and like constantly trying to get this person to leave their partner, it feeds into the delusion that the partner wants their partner to believe, which is that your family hates this relationship and I'm the only one who supports your choices. So at a certain point, you do have to support the person as much as possible.
I remember, like, I don't know, fucking. It was probably about nearly 10 years ago now. One of my friends was in a relationship with a girl who I didn't get along with at all. I really disliked her. I was 19, so this was all just petty shit. It didn't really matter. But the point was that everyone around him also disliked her, and he also really disliked her. I don't know why he stayed with. He was with her for like 2 years, right? I don't know why he stayed with her. All I can think is she must have been amazing in bed, because like whenever we were together and she wasn't there, whenever she would text, he'd be like, for fuck's sake, she's texting me again. And I'd be like, just dump her, man. Like, none of us like her. And I made that perfectly clear. Like, no one, like, everyone, it wasn't even an open secret. It was just open that everyone disliked this person, including him. But for some reason, he just didn't end it until like 2 years later. It was a weird scenario. So that's the only really experience I have of like my friends being in toxic relationships. And
I don't know. I have a friend whose partner I don't really fuck with, but
is it me?
Can you imagine?
I have a friend, and then like slowly you guys get more specific, and it's like, and he plays the guitar.
It's someone who I used to be like pretty close with, but like we don't even talk enough anymore. Where like it's even like I could even really approach her about something like that. But
there's another point here that Nat raised towards the end where she says that Sonia's only with Smithy because he's financially successful. And we skipped over this in the episode a little bit, but Sonia does say, like, during the episode that Smithy has paid for the entire wedding and he's, like, said yes to everything she asked for.
I kind of skipped over that in my brain as well.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, plumbers make a decent amount of money. And, like, that's probably not an insignificant. I hadn't considered it until now, but it's probably not an insignificant role in the relationship. Is that Smithy just never says no to anything she wants him to buy. It's pretty fucked up. But Nat finishes up by saying, I hope you cover this in the episode, but I'd love to know what comes next for you three. Have you decided on your next podcast topic? Please say this isn't the end. Short answer is no, we haven't decided on another podcast. We're still sort of considering stuff and working it out. But if we do start another podcast or anything, we'll post something on like social media and stuff, and we'll probably also post something on this podcast feed, just like announcing that we're going to be doing something. No idea when that will be, but if we do, then we'll let you know. Is the short answer.
Hell yeah.
And lots of love, Nat. Thank you, Nat, for that email. That was a very, very nice email. Appreciate it very much.
Cute.
Thank you.
Hi, Nat.
But that is it for the emails. Do you guys have anything else that you want to say before I get into the outro?
No.
All right, this is it. Final outro. Thank you ever so much for listening. TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky are all at Fishing Trip Files. I can't imagine we'll be posting much on there after this, but if we start another podcast or anything, like I said, we'll put something up there, and also something probably on this feed. So do say subscribe to the feed, because if we do anything else, this is where we'll announce it. Our mailbox will also be active for the foreseeable future as well. So if you want to send a private word to us for whatever reason, feel free to do that. It's tftf@anotherhappystudios.com. One more time, this podcast was produced by Another Happy Studios, so please do check out all the other wonderful stuff from them by going to anotherhappystudios.com. But for now, as we've always said, au revoir.
Adios.
Rock and roll.
Well done, team. We did it.